Your what?
The hair.
Okay.
Okay.
It's really short, but it's not really long either. So.
Okay. And yes, sorry about that. And thanks again, Dark Soul. Appreciate pointing that out.
Do you know?
I hopefully it's working now. I'm sorry, Dimi?
I was asking Mark or Cypher stuff about our, or if we should, do the same what he did just now. Mark?
Yeah.
Do you know stuff about our characters, mine and Brad's?
I only know that your character is a monkey.
No, that's not mine. That was what's his name?
Toby.
Oh, Toby's.
Toby's, yeah. Sorry.
Okay, then I have no idea. But I think it would make more sense to explain everything when I meet the characters first. So.
Fair enough.
That it's yeah, makes more sense in a roleplay perspective, I guess.
Yeah, but Haz is not here, so we don't.
Okay, then just explain. That's fair point.
Well, yes, appearances that what you would first notice. I'm playing from what you can tell around the 30 something year old one. Who's very.
I have problems understanding you. You have, I think, you have connection problems. I can't see your.
I'm sorry.
Video either, or maybe it's my internet. But
no, I think it's fine. Go ahead.
One of the bunnies decided to randomly pee all over the floor.
Oh,
Joy.
I thought you meant your boyfriend with Bunny.
What? No. No. No, he knows where the toilet is.
I didn't know that was the problem. Sorry for that.
So, were there any problems needed fixing, or shall we continue?
I think we're good. And I guess at this point we can just describe ourselves when we meet in character rather than right now, or we can do it right now, whichever.
Well, yeah, you'll meet like in character straight away after.
Okay.
But I'll do the little in between stuff. So you guys right now are on Sida. So for Mark, the islands have both a Spanish sounding name, where Spanish sounding is the right description because it's not real Spanish, and an English name. So you're welcome to call them by both, like it's either Isla de Seda or Sida.
Isla de Seda.
And Pirate Islands or Patria Pirata or Isla de los Lagos or the Island of the Lakes.
Okay.
And right now you guys are on Isla de Seda in Port City. Port City is a city with many dark houses made from a very dark, distinct wood. It's got a lot of small back street, known for its black market.
Okay.
And so, how did you decide to join?
Oh no!
Oh dear. Cat problems?
Apparently. Sorry.
How did you decide to join the pirate crew of M and Squidmaw?
Actually, if I just had to choose a reason, that's probably because it looked like it would help me towards my goal that I wanted to achieve.
Okay, so how did you meet them? Like just like moments ago in the pub, or do you know them from Patria Pirata from before, or?
Is it possible that the two of you were at the ocean when we met? Oh, my ears. What's happening?
I don't know. Somebody's making a lot of noise. Who is it? Okay,
It's
it's
our
Brad.
host.
Brad, you make a lot of random noise.
Am I?
Yeah, your
Is it-
microphone randomly activates, and then it sounds like somebody's hoovering your computer.
Or is it maybe a washing machine or something like that?
No, it's the machine itself making that noise. Is that better?
Maybe we'll let you know when you can hear it again.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I turned down the mic level, so hopefully you hear me, but not it.
okay.
Okay.
So basically, is it possible that we met at the ocean, that you were at the harbor or something like that?
That's a question to you guys. Like, did you go to the harbor in Port City, or?
We certainly could have. I mean, I don't think there's anything to keep us from having done that.
Okay. Then I probably just arrive at the harbor on a part of a ship that's never meant to even touch the ocean, and I'm standing on it while yeah, just
This is my mom.
coming
Hi.
slowly,
Hi.
floating slowly into the harbor, while it slowly sinks.
While it slowly sinks.
Yeah.
He's
Oh.
basically doing the Pirates of the Caribbean entrance.
No, but it's not a little ship. It's part of a ship that I'm.
Oh, it's part of ship. Okay, it's a destroyed ship. Important distinction.
And if I am able to reach the coast, then it's great. If not, then I'll just have to swim the rest.
Let's see. Do you reach the coast? Below 50, yes. Above 50, no. No, you
Swim for it.
The last bit.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a hard
matter.
task. You don't have to roll for it, but you do come on land with a wetsuit. And with this weather, you have to be careful that you don't catch a cold.
Yeah.
Since
So
it's winter.
I just asked the nearest two guys where a pub or something like this is, where I can get a bit warmer.
Well, Squidmaw, I'm guessing you are the nearest guys.
All right. Well, there's a tavern just up the way. There's a warm fire there.
Thank you.
What he said, yeah.
Describe what
you
you
talk
look
fine.
like while you're doing this.
Yeah, I mean, you
Squidmaw has a very distinct look about him.
Yeah, you may not want to go to this tavern just because Squidmaw is specifically because Squidmaw is recommending it. Because he's sort of horrifying to look at. He's like this amalgamation of human, octopus, and crab. He's got like
Delicious.
little eye stalks that and the eyes on the end look sort of dead. He's got a bunch of tentacles and a crab pincher. And he is wearing a cloak to like conceal the worst of it, but I mean that only kind of that might only just inspire imagination and dread.
Because the other guy next to him said it's kind of okay, I guess it's okay.
Well, the other
but
guy next to him
anyway.
is not necessarily a guy. So, tell. tell Cypher what you look like.
Um. Well, I don't think she would stand out too much between all the humans around, or people looking like humans. She's just a woman around her 30s, perhaps. Very, stereotypically piratey clothed. She has a hat in which she has a few daggers just, what's the word? Stabbed into it, I guess.
Mm.
Um, a rapier on her belt and a small pistol. Some tools that you probably don't exactly understand what they are used for. But yeah, other than that, I guess she doesn't stand out too much.
Okay.
Well, next to Squidmaw, she's like unseeable.
Okay.
She's invisible.
Anyways, thank you for the tip. Besides, you talk funny, modern art.
Who talks funny?
I talked to Squidmaw. You talk funny, modern art.
Well, too many years at sea.
And where have you been that you are arriving in such a matter?
Me.
Mm-hmm.
I had a disagreement with somebody.
I know
He wanted
exactly
to
what
keep
you're
his
going
ship,
through.
and I didn't.
You wanted what?
He wanted to keep his ship, and I didn't.
You didn't want to keep your ship?
No, I don't wanted him to keep his ship.
Oh, yes.
Well, anyways, it get a bit out of hand.
Yeah, as I said, I know exactly what you're going through. I had this slight disagreement with my well, let's call him an acquaintance now. And well, they were also left us, I suppose.
I like you. You seem to speak my language. Anyway,
well.
Let's take this conversation somewhere warmer. It's not that it's too bad, but it might get worse if I stay out in the cold.
Probably.
Before we do that, did you have anything important on that ship, or on that part
Half
of
ship.
the ship?
Well, it's
I
always.
could imagine there being some valuables on the ship.
Nothing that would pique my interest.
Well, something might keep my interest.
No shinies whatsoever.
Well, I think there was some treasure, but I don't care that much about it.
Yeah.
Well.
I didn't care that much about that. It's like I'm like shoot.
Yeah.
That makes one of us.
That, I guess there was something. She just jumps in the water, and you don't see her for a couple of minutes.
Might have hit a nerve there.
What?
I said to Squidmaw, might have hit a nerve there.
Oh well.
So do you jump after her, Squidmaw, or?
Yeah. If you ain't here, waste not, want not, as to say.
Okay. The water is freezing cold. It's winter. And the ship is sinking fast. It's very dark. But you have the advantage that, the breathing isn't too hard.
Yeah, no, not too hard, no.
So I think like if you go too deep down, the pressure might get too strong. But you can definitely try getting some of the ship before it gets dragged down. You just have to be careful, not to get dragged down with it.
Well, yeah.
So you're welcome to investigate, but if you screw up, then stuff happens.
Fair enough.
Those are not screwing up.
There are probably some
Ooh,
dead
nice.
bodies you might encounter on the way.
So, what kind of dead bodies are those? Are those dead pirate bodies, dead navy bodies, dead merchant bodies? Like, what kind of ship was it originally?
It was probably a pirate ship. Because it's here. This is a pirate city, more or less, right?
This one not, but the other island nearby is. So it could totally be. This is a trade hub, and they have mainly silk here.
Actually, I don't care what kind of ship it was. Just if you want, you
No,
can
I'm
just
asking
roll
you.
it.
I'm asking you. So it's a pirate ship. You managed to secure yourself a fancy-looking spyglass,
Mm-hmm.
and some journals. They're quickly getting ruined by the water, but there might be something interesting in there if you get them dried quickly and carefully. What are you up to, Squidmaw?
Well, I'll see what I can find too. But it just occurred to me that before I roll, that's athletics, right?
Oh no, I didn't make you roll to swim. I meant you roll. I made you roll to investigate. But I guess
Oh, okay.
athletics could work as well if you're just trying to do like speed. I think like the difference is that you find different kinds of items. So if you're just trying to be athletic and fast, then you might find, kitchenware and things like that. And if you try to specifically search, you might find, well, the captain's diaries or something like that.
Okay. Sure. I'll roll investigate it with all my amazing investigatory skills. Looking for shinies.
Go wrong at all.
Yeah, what could go wrong? Well, that.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah.
Is there some wood around me?
Sure, it's a harbor. There's like all these wooden planks from the. I'm not sure. What do you call those things?
Some wood that is not
pier?
used that I can use to make a fire.
No, but you could try pulling some boards out of like the harbor itself, or a
I guess-
house, or somebody's cart or a ship.
It was an empty crate.
I
Or a
So,
full crate.
see if you have one.
But maybe I wanna take one of those ships later on. Would be a shame if I now would damage them.
True. It's up to you. You won't
Okay.
freeze to death straight away. You guys can probably make it to the pub in time. But
Okay,
you're
I'll
most
just sit
welcome to
down.
destroy a ship.
For a moment. I'll just sit down and wait what happens. And I'm a bit interested now.
So you managed to find your way through the ship without a problem, and you've managed to find a fancy fancy looking necklace, and then you don't know the way back anymore.
Oh.
The ship is quickly sinking.
Hmm.
Would I see that?
Well, you'd see him enter and not leave as when you're going up.
Yeah, because you're leaving in a reasonable amount of time, whereas I'm stuck. So I will foolishly grab the necklace, stream out a bubble to just make sure that I haven't been turned around, and just try and force open a hatch if I can.
Okay, I'll give you a +1 for your bubbles.
I count the time, how long they are underwater, so I know if I can.
Well, you're pretty sure that if they were human, they'd be drowned by now.
Okay.
Then again, Squidmaw didn't look very human.
Yeah, that's why I'm interested.
I'll try to, Kudma was kind of, helpful these past few days, so I mean, I can at least return the favor, so I'll extend a friendly tentacle towards him and help him with his escape from the falling ship.
Okay, how are you gonna find him?
I assumed I saw him.
He's
Or-
inside the ship, and
Oh.
you don't know where he is. You're outside the ship.
Well, I'm assuming there are many points of entry.
Sure.
So I'll just look through one a window, or just the
Holes for the
whichever is
cannons.
closest, I guess.
Okay. You don't see him.
No. Hmm. Do I see the hole inside of the ship?
You mean where it was cut in half by Cypher?
Yeah.
Sure. That's
That one.
Yeah, you can see that. It's the bottom part, like lowest.
Would I be able to find out what happened to this poor creature if I knew a lot about stuff like that?
You mean to the ship or to Squidmo?
Gridmore. Would I be
Yeah.
able to assume something at least?
What do you mean, like?
If I roll a higher lore.
I don't think so. You assume he got into trouble in some way, or maybe he has death wish. One of those. Is this something you could assume?
Yeah, but I saw him
Enter?
past me, enter, yeah, and now he's not there. So what the hell just happened?
Yeah. So he
Maybe
either
he
got
just
stuck
swims
in the
faster
ship,
than you.
or
Well, didn't you say I see everything in the ship?
if you go down, yeah, you could try to you could swim down. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, you look into the ship and you notice a part that is closed by panels, and you don't see him anywhere. So he's somewhere behind those panels in that area. So you've got a rough idea of which section of the ship he's in.
But yeah, let's go get him.
Okay. And I guess in the meantime, I'll try
to
and
get out of there. Yeah. To go and
All right.
do that. Okay, no problem. You swim out. In the meantime, you open the doors and you can't find Squidmaw anywhere. It's like he's vanished. You do see a big hole in the hull that wasn't there before. It's a Squidmaw shaped hole.
Going, I see it from the inside or from the outside?
From the inside. You're in the ship, and the pressure is like rapidly building on you.
Just going to get out of there if it's a.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys swim to shore without any trouble. Cypher, as they go on land, you, and not just you, notice that M looks a little strange, little less usual than she did before.
What exactly is different?
M, what exactly is different?
I'm sorry, I missed that. I was reading Twitch chat.
That when you came out of the water, Cypher and everybody else noticed that you looked a bit different. How exactly?
Well, my face and hands and upper body was basically the same, but in the shallow waters you see not the feet of a human, but the tentacles of a octopus.
Ah, Japanese.
Not really, no.
No, okay, yeah, cool.
So, when you come above water, Squidmore, you notice that unfortunately the necklace that you thought was very pretty, just cheap glass. So that's a bit of a bummer.
Oh.
You guys make it to the inn, which is over here. And after some chatting, the topic of pirate ships and pirate cruise comes up. And Em and Squidmaw just tell you that they've decided to start a crew together.
So the concept of a pirate crew is more or less a group that benefits on each other by using their strength together while sailing the seas, right?
Yeah, I mean pirates are
I
not.
asked those two.
Oh, okay.
I suppose so.
This could be pretty useful. Well,
We can get rich. I mean,
yeah, whatever.
richer.
I have a different goal, but still, if I get you rich, then you can help me reaching my goal, right?
Well, first get rich, then we'll talk.
I think we will get rich on the way anyways, because as I saw it, most of the creatures on this place do not really value their life so much, and if they die, you can just take what they got. So it's pretty easy to get rich, as how much I understand.
Well, that's not. You know, it's certainly effective, but it's not. You know, it's not effective for a long time, is what I'm saying.
I don't
Seeing
know.
as how well your last captaincy went, how can we refuse?
Wait, that was not my captain. I just went on the ship and said this. I want this ship.
Oh, I see.
It just swam by. He disagreed. Was his fault that it ended like that.
Well,
Who was that?
I don't know. I didn't ask him. He said, I said I want his ship. He said no. That's basically what happened.
Well, we can certainly use someone with your you know, word skills, I suppose.
I guess so.
Or should I say people skills?
Yeah, people skills.
heard of those people skills.
Anyway,
So, something that I forgot to tell you guys is when you have successfully or unsuccessfully managed to protect Miss Diora, her ship, you will get a skill point. So remind me if I forget, because that's one of those things I forget.
Okay. I want to ask if there's someone in the inn who looks like maybe preparing for the start of a voyage or something.
Well, I imagine that if you look for someone who is preparing for their voyage, you wouldn't look in the inn, since that's the place where people go to drink when they come back from their voyages and things like that, or
Well,
when they're
yeah, but that's where
there.
also where people also go to drink before their voyage.
I guess. You see some men. They look navy.
Yeah, if we're looking for trouble, that would be a good place to start.
do they have uniforms on?
Yeah, like some of them do. They don't have their full uniform on yet, but you know, but they do wear like some parts of clothing that clearly signify them being part of the navy in some way.
So I guess those guys over there are some kind of military unit or something. I asked you too. Because they're wearing the same thing.
Well, they have uniforms.
Or yeah, so are they part of some military unit?
Well, you can go the whole navy. The whole navy a military unit. So I guess.
Yeah. Is there a king or queen or no?
And what you mean in the area?
Yeah. Well, like over
Well,
this.
the Navy sails under the government of the Seven Seas.
Okay.
I
Well, I mean,
what
would it
Yeah.
be appropriate to call them like Queensmen or something like that, or not so much?
I'd imagine there being queens. Maybe you come from an area where they'd be queensmen.
All right.
What I asked, why I asked is, I wanted to eavesdrop on them, and eventually, if they're talking of, well, I guess first find out what they're discussing.
Okay. They're
Should I roll for that?
discussing how. No, you can just listening. They're not trying to be sneaky. They're discussing how fine the barmaid is and how Captain Staraj will flog them if they misbehave. You know that it's a pity that you're not allowed to bring women along on the ship and things like that.
I can totally get those guys fired. But that's not the goal, so I'll just, continue our conversation. Those guys are boring.
Yeah, I'll
Well,
mutter to myself.
If they have no job, they might just
If
get...
you're bored, you could roll, or you couldn't. I can roll the random table, see if something happens.
I want to steal a treasure map or something like that,
Well, you have a mysterious journal. Who knows what's
I
in
know.
there? Oh. So one of the sailors ignores his friends and stands up and goes over to Imura and says, "Well, hey there, honey. Would you like to come see my what's like a room on a ship?
Cabin.
Cabin?
My
Cabin.
Would you come look at the inside of my cabin with me?" And he gives her like this big wink. And Amira tells him to, get the fuck off and leave her alone. And he's like, "Oh, but come on. Sure, I'm not pretty enough for you." And then one of the other patrons in the bar says, "Hey, leave her alone." And before you know, like chairs are flying around your ears and beer
Wait,
mugs
there's a
are
bar fight going
being
on, and
spilled.
I'm not part of it. I need to change that.
Maybe you do. In fact, I'm not sure if you have a choice because there's a chair flying at your head like right now.
I tried to kick it away.
The big guy who threw it said, "Sorry, it was meant for that guy."
Oh, you will be sorry. And I'm standing up and coming. Just go into the crowd and yeah, having my fun.
I'll lean on my chair and get a cup from the nearby table and drink that.
Yeah, I think Squidma is he like starts to get up to just join the fight out of the habit, and then looks around, and then instead decides to start slurping down unattended drinks.
Well, it's unattended, so the owners don't really care. They are more busy with who they hit on the nose now. So, Cypher, give me some kind of a fight roll to see how well you do in general. Like I'll just like do one roll, but then you can see like how well you get off.
Slash roll for the F, right?
Yeah. plus
okay.
fight or any applicable stunts. Okay, so you're a fearsome fighter. You know, you take some hits to the side or your shoulders or things like that, but in general you deal a lot more hits than you receive, and you know there's gonna be people with black eyes running out there around there tomorrow, thanks to you.
That's good. I do what I can. I just try to let them learn from it. Maybe they see how I fight and they will do better next time. I'm a good person. This is
At-
this.
At one point, a tall man in a navy uniform comes in and bellows, "What is going on here?" And Squidmore, you recognize the captain from yesterday. I'll say that a day has passed since you spent plenty of time doing stuff yesterday as well. And like you see, like these navy guys and girls. I guess it'd be a mixed group. Like big eyes, like they immediately stop, and some of the patrons still, you know, whack them a little bit, but then they realize that you know there's something going on.
Wait, that means the other people stop fighting before I can pick this big guy and just throw him into the crowd.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
this guy is no fun.
Well, you could still throw him, but the context has changed.
Yeah.
For better or for worse? That's the question.
Well,
He scolds the Marines and like they leave like the pub with like hanging heads. Oh.
I'll walk up to
I look very confused. What's going on here?
what's going on is there's more ground for us.
Good point. Good point. I'll while those Navy guys are walking, I'll walk up to the guy that was trying to flirt with the barmaid and you know, pat him on the back and say, "Yo, you know, better luck next time, pal." And in the meantime, I'll you know, see if there's anything on his person that he would you know, not care to lose.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Aw.
Sure. You can choose. It's a few silvers or useless but much juicier picture of his girl at home.
Useless, but what?
But much juicier.
I'll take the silver.
Okay, you've got a few silver. Poor guy is probably going to be very sad to realize that he won't have any beer money anymore.
Well, at least he has his picture.
Yes, he does.
He should be thanking me, you know. I didn't take the sentimental thing.
Oh yeah, he would got in a little of trouble if he lost that. That's true.
I'm sad and I sit down again. So.
Aww.
Just began to be really fun.
Before he leaves, the captain gives you a nod in your direction, and says, "Thank you for the warning yesterday. I heard they've been apprehended."
I'll give him a huge grin and say, "That's my pleasure."
Well,
What? Well, if he's not leaving instantly, I'll ask for what exactly.
That's I asked the guards to check into it, and they must have found something suspicious.
That's fair enough. You guys know your job.
He gives you a nod and leaves.
And buys around.
The patrons cheer at you.
And
Thank
I
you.
suppose I lose my few silver.
I think you lose.
But that deserved a celebration.
But Emira is very happy with the money, so is
Well.
everybody else, I guess. Free
You can-
drinks.
That'll learn them to
You can
steal
take
your
that as an
your
apology to
tools.
That guy.
She says, yeah, like the people who come here regular, they're not stupid enough to try anything, but every once in a while a new ship docks and it's the same story over again.
Not sure how you can resist being so subtle and smooth.
Did you tell that to?
Oh,
She looks at you confused since she's has no clue like what you're talking about,
oh,
and she would be me.
never mind.
I don't know if it was supposed to make sense, but
Oh,
she looks at you confused.
it was sarcasm, but it's fine if it didn't make sense.
The subtle guys, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
She gives you like this half smile and she says, "I knew, right?" As the afternoon goes on, you guys get a bird from Stiora. It's a fancy looking bird with like multicolored plumage, and the note reads, "Please come."
I'll
Well.
well. Do I recognize the bird of the type of the bird, or is it something you see every day?
You know that there's a variety of fancy looking birds on this island in general. Maybe you've seen this type before, maybe you haven't.
I tried to get a feather from it.
It makes a very angry squawking sound, picks at your fingers, and then you pull loose a feather. Some blood still attached.
I'll put it on my hat and continue towards the shipbuilding place. I'm role playing Brad.
I look around. So those two guys are leaving.
Oh yeah, right. You should join.
Yeah. New crisis. Want to join it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't need to be Bob. I'm joining. I'm joining.
Yeah, sure. Your clothes have dried, especially the knocking people's in the face does wonders for your clothes drying fast. No problem.
Probably because of all the motion, it just splatters everywhere.
Yeah, you've had this physical exercise, so your body built up heat, right?
Great.
So you guys are heading off on Cedar Island. So, you start here, and you go to the mouth of the river. I can't make the exact thing, but it's like just on the other side of the river, at the edge of the lake.
If you press Alt, you can do the. You can.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Yeah.
Like here.
How you do these vectors?
Press the fourth icon on the left.
It looks like a ruler.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or a comb. So you head off to. What did I do? Okay, nothing detrimental. So you head off to this area. Do you explain where you're going on the way, Squidmaw?
Well, I guess it depends if there's any questions.
Are there any questions, Cypher?
Who do we fight?
Oh, well.
Whoever is stupid enough to fight us.
And it seems like our employer has plenty of rivals.
Well,
So, where exactly are we going?
Oh, ship works up the way.
Ship works. Okay. Maybe we can just get a ship there.
We have been promised one.
Yeah. If they don't give us the ship that is promised, then we just gonna take it.
Well, there's also a nicer one under construction. Perhaps. Well.
As you're talking, you arrive at a shipyard. There's a big hangar, and outside of it is a woman standing with her hands on her hips, and she says, "So I've heard that the pirates of the hand have been caught. Good work on that. But it seems that before they did, they've managed to obstruct one of my wood merchants who's supposed to be here, and now he says he doesn't want to travel this way anymore. But I still need wood. So
Are there
find a way
any
to save
other?
Do I get a fate point if that was the ship I sank?
So you need us.
Um,
You need us to
I
go
don't
convince
think it
him.
would get you a fate point unless it would get you into trouble.
Yeah, if
But it could be the ship you sunk, you know.
okay, if never mind. I just keep quiet for that moment. Maybe I will do it later.
Okay. Squidmore, you were
Oh.
saying?
Oh, so you need us to go convince him.
Well, I'd like him to bring me wood in the future, so convincing is an option, but you know, not the way you pirates convince people.
Oh. Well, what if we leave all his limbs intact?
Or at least
How
most of them.
about you leave him intact in general and make sure that he wants to deliver wood to me in the future again?
I'm looking sad.
Isn't there any other wood merchants around?
Squidward just looks confused.
um,
Maybe I know a wood merchant.
sure, go ahead and try. Try if you knew a wood merchant.
Or maybe if I had a 6, would I know exactly the merchant we needed? That I'm
no,
sure
you've
that would take
you've heard of some opportunities. You've heard that shady Black Market Jim has acquired some wood, but you know, as with any business with Black Market Jim, there's risks. And you can also see that there is a big forest on the map that you could, you know, in one way or another, get wood from.
Well, yeah, but she needs a constant supply. So you know, just getting some from the black market or chopping wood wouldn't do the trick. Then again, we would leave in a week. I mean, we can get the black market wood. Tell her that it's that every week she's going to get that amount, or you know, more or less whatever she wants, and then just ditch her.
Good. I don't know. Let's. I think I'd like to talk to her old supplier. See what we can do there.
I just see him being a bit impatient and fine, but let's get on with it. I have plans, you know. Rich of the
Such
way
as?
does.
Where? So where can we find this fearful scallywag?
Well, he was so annoyed at the situation that he didn't even want to buy a ship from me. I hear that his ship has sunk, even though I offered him a nice discount. So he's at the competition right now.
Oh, I didn't realize that it was like the competition was ongoing. I thought it was something that was like prepped for.
No, she meant that he's at the rival shipyard.
Oh, okay.
So there's a rival shipyard that's here. It's a little
Hi.
to the north. Or Cypher.
Oh, where's the shipyard?
A little to the north, like here.
Okay. Well, then we might just go there, right?
I suppose we could go there and give this merchant the impression that that other shipyard is a dangerous place to go ever.
Wait. So basically, what the problem is, he wants to use another. He wants to sell his wood to some other place.
No, he doesn't have wood. He doesn't have a ship because you sent him.
Okay.
And he's looking for another ship, but he's angry at Stiora because you know, he believes that her shipyard somehow got him into trouble, so he's buying it from the other shipyard.
Okay. So basically, we just need to burn the other shipyard down. Then everything's gonna be fine.
Well, we can, as Quidmore said, you know, we can go and try and convince him to make the right decision. And if he doesn't, you know, then I mean, I suppose you're good at destroying ships. You can just, you know, limit his options.
Whatever. Let's just get going.
And
So
All right.
basically,
we
we're
know the
going
way.
to the mage, and so we first can try it your way. If that doesn't work, I will do it my way.
Okay.
Does your way involve? Well, never mind. I was gonna say, does your way involve sinking the ship we're on? But okay, I've had worse.
And on the way, I'm going to try and see what's in the journal that I got from the sinking ship.
Okay. Did you take any care to preserve it in some way?
Well, I suppose while we were at the inn, I picked out a table that's, you know, not too close to the fireplace and not too far, just the right distance to get the heat, but not, you know, ruin the pages. And I laid them down on the table one by one to let them dry easier.
Okay, that worked very well until the bar fight started, and then you had to grab it away.
Fair enough.
I just thought, oh god, the bar fight.
Yeah.
Well,
Another option would be to go to a bookbinder later if you don't want to open it right now yet.
okay.
Or you can open it. That's up to you.
Well,
I
I am
just
pretty
imagine
curious,
you know
so
about
I'll
bookbinders.
just do that and not think about it too much.
Okay. So most of the ink has watered down and is unreadable, but you do find half a map that looks promising. So write down somewhere that you have half of a treasure map. I have no clue where it leads yet, but I'm sure we'll figure out a cool place. You could even put a place in the wiki that we're making
Okay.
that it leads to in some way.
And you see, I'm super excited.
Almost ready to go right now.
Yeah,
For
she
it
looks
that you don't
around
have a ship.
nervously, you know, and realizes she doesn't know the way, so fine.
No.
And continues.
So you head on, and after a stiff walk, you reach the other shipyard. Cypher, this would be a great point for a fate point. If the merchant would see you and recognize you and be like, that's her. That's the demon that sunk my ship.
Okay, sure. Of course.
Okay. When this merchant says that, immediately like 3 big shipwrights come your way.
Oh, I forgot one. Shall I fix it? Well, so those 3 shipwrights look angry, or?
Not necessarily angry. They're probably trying to look a bit intimidating, but you're not sure, how humans try to do that.
Okay. Well, just I don't want to spoil the surprise. Then I guess.
Sure.
Are we close enough to get a look at any of the ships in the shipyard right now?
So there is a fancy ship under construction, probably for the competition, since it's close to being finished. It's got a nice purple color.
Does it look like it's already seaworthy?
I'd say that it's definitely not rigged up yet, so it's missing the whole sails and
okay.
rigging thing. There's a seaworthy ship. Well, sort of, a little bit sabotaged.
Oh.
It may be meant for a few more than 3 people, so it might be a bit hard to get away. But the Hand of Lucifer is still there, with no pirates on deck as far as you can see.
Yeah, but there's a problem there.
Are those?
Well, I guess we don't need to get it very far. Oh, what was that?
I was asking if those shipwrights were, in our way, saying, "Stop you! You're not going anywhere."
Well, they wouldn't stop you. They'd go up to Cypher and ask her, "Is this true?
Is what true?
Did you rob this our poor friend of his ship?"
I didn't rob any ship.
That's not true. She did it. She took my ship.
I didn't take any ship. What is he talking about?
Okay. Why don't you deceive them?
I don't deceive. I didn't took their ship. I just destroyed it.
No, yeah, but I mean, they're going to have to.
I have a
Believe
different
you.
impression. Yeah. What
Well,
else?
you are deceiving them with your,
Innocence.
not telling the whole truth thing. You're not
Maybe
lying,
you're not
but
actively deceiving,
what
but
you're doing.
the result will be that they're deceived if you succeed. So,
I think that does not work.
well, whether they believe you or not is not important, because right now they're trying to impress this merchant because they want him to work for them. So one of them very foolishly takes a swing at you.
I jump back and take grip of my katana and draw it. Don't pick your fight stupidly, guys.
So they see the katana and it looks very sharp, and they look at their fists and they look at your katana, and they look at their fists and they look at your katana, and then they say, whoa, there's no need for trouble. There's I'm sure there can be found a reasonable option. Maybe you can repay this nice man for his ship.
I don't see this pretty likely. I don't think this is an option, but I don't need necessarily to get you in trouble. So if you just let me go, this way, then there will no harm for anyone. At least if nobody does something stupid.
The merchant like shakes in his boots and is like, "You will hear from this. I'll get the guards," and he runs off towards the city.
Oh.
Which is, by the way, like 12 kilometers walking from there.
More guys to play with. This is fun. So, are you still planning on standing in that way, or can I just run that way? Do you have any problems with that?
Well, we were looking for the guy that just ran away.
Ship rights.
Well, they aren't stopping you from going anywhere. They just ask you what you were doing.
One
I
of
took
them
a
took
swing.
a swing. At me,
Yes.
so.
But then decided against it when he saw your sword.
Okay, then I putting my sword back and just go past them.
Hold on, miss. What are you doing?
I'm going this way. Are you planning to stop me? I'm looking with quite angry eyes at them.
An even bigger musclier?
Bulky?
More muscled?
An even bigger, more bulky guy comes out of the hangar and says, "Are there any problems on my shipyard?"
Not yet.
I suggest you you change that tone of yours, mister.
And what might think you that I will take any orders from you?
Well, you're on my land now. You can give the orders when we're on yours.
I actually just want to talk. So if we just can be both polite, then I'll agree on the terms.
Talking we can do.
I'm gonna look around and see if there's any extra wood piled up anywhere.
Well, not more than you saw yesterday, but there's definitely, enough, or a nice amount of wood, as you'd expect on a shipyard.
Um, hmm. I think I'm gonna start very casually bringing a bunch of it to a dinghy.
What?
Hold on, sir. What are you doing with my wood?
Just following the orders.
Okay. He doesn't like your orders. He walks to you, grabs the wood from your arms, and tells you to get the hell out of here.
Well, does he tell that just to Squidmaw or to all of us?
To Squidmaw.
I'd like to ask if I would know anyone who would be interested in buying a ship that is being built right now in front of us.
You mean like know somebody in general, like a Czech?
Yeah, basically.
Okay,
If
go ahead.
I've heard someone looking for a ship like that, or I know a particular person who would.
Let's see. You suspect that the ship is quite expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not sure. It'd be kind of ship that you'd sell to, high-ranking Navy officers, maybe. You've heard that tall-tail drones, the local retired pirate on Pirate Island looking for a ship to set out. But he's called Tall Tale Jones for a reason.
Toe?
Tall Tale Jones.
Oh.
Because he tells tall tales.
Well, I'll go up to the shipyard owner guy, and just to tell him that I've heard that he's building the ship for the merchant in question that we were just accused by. But I'm sure a man like him would prefer to get a fairer price for this beautiful ship that he's building, and I'll mention him the need of Captain Jones of a ship, and just tell him that there might be a better opportunity there.
Okay, bluff yourself out.
I'm not good at this. I'm very bad at this. Let's see. It was a good plan.
Well,
and
only slightly worse than he is at reading. But slightly is enough, I guess.
and Squidmaw will attempt to use the distraction to continue to transport wood, but it doesn't look like that's going to work out very well.
You know what, Squidmaw? You'll get a fate point for that.
Okay.
I'm not sure on basis of what, but you'll get a fate point because it's going to get you into trouble.
Okay.
Well, does that mean a -1 would do it?
Yes.
Then can I, take out a coin that I got from a lost treasure from the bottom of the sea, and tell him that Hotel Jones gave me this this coin and told me that this is the treasure he's after. This is the treasure he wants a ship for. He needs a ship to find this particular ancient treasure. So I'm sure this ship will be paid times over if he finds it, or when he finds it. He's not Toe-Tail Jones for no reason. He finds what he searches for.
Yeah.
It's a very creative use of aspects, but I like it. Hold on, miss. Before we continue, and he looks at Squidward. Is this guy with you?
Captain Jones?
He points to Squidmaw.
Oh.
He's like carrying away their wood.
Do I hear this conversation?
Yeah.
I'll just shout, "Modern art, come back to me."
He indeed is with us.
Can you get him to stop what he's doing, or the deal's off?
Oh man, I tried to actually. Oh, never mind.
I'll take a bottle of rum from some of the builders and go to Squidmaw, give him the rum, and say, "Hey, stop and drink."
All right.
Simple soul. How about we take a 5-minute break?
Sure.
Sounds good.
All right.
I'm thirsty. And up
Yeah, me
for
too.
rum.
Actually, I might get me a beer.
Enjoy.
I'm for one as well.
Okay.
You rather than me.
Be right back.
Yep. Please stick around. We'll be back shortly.
Ich nicht, I'm still here.
Hey.
Hey. Das heißt ja immerhin, ich bin besonders
You're being
und
very
toll.
quiet, Mark.
Was heißt hier immerhin? Ich bin ganz besonders und toll und total wichtig. Papa. Ich bin gar kein Österreicher. Ich studiere nur da.
Germans being German.
You mean Austrian?
Germans being Austrian.
The thing is, normally the Austrian people just troll me because I'm German. Now I'm getting trolled because people think I'm from Austria. That's awesome. That's so awesome. Well, to be fair.
We could talk like German secretly behind Brad's back and be like, nah, 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 nah. It's like, what are you talking about? I want to join in. I'm missing all the fun.
Aber
Mein
ich
Drink
habe
is
das
ready.
Gefühl, dass Deutsche, die nach Österreich gehen, in der Geschichte immer weniger ein Problem haben als Österreicher, die nach Deutschland gegangen sind.
Die Österreicher einfach ein Knaller.
Mal mehr, mal weniger. Ist das ein Marshmallow?
Demi?
Banana.
Banana.
How good is your German, actually? Like, you studied so long here.
It's okay.
Like, normal talking, you can order a doner kebab? Or
Yeah, I can.
go in
everyday
deep
talk.
with Sigmund Freud and Einstein?
Of course. That's the
Okay.
first thing I learned. I mean, come on.
Alright. Like the easy...
I actually learned some German literature.
Oh! Yeah, I'm on that too, now.
Oh.
In my studies.
Well, I did it in high school.
Well, it sucks balls, either way.
I don't know. I liked it. Well,
Kafka
some of it.
here, and I don't know there.
I'm back.
Hello.
Hello.
I've got you guys beaten with your beer, by the way. Got a whole bowl full of aniseed sugar flavored milk.
Oh.
Fla! Dude, I
What?
need fla. Oh shit.
I have water.
Oh wait, it's Fla? Fla's
Best.
okay.
Fla's the best shit on the
I
world.
just hate milk. Pure milk, I can't drink that.
This is not milk. This is milk with sugar and aniseed.
You're the only species that is drinking milk after birth? Like, when you're grown up and you don't drink it? It's like a privilege you give away.
Definitely.
Don't care. I hate it.
Yet fla is something totally different.
Yeah, that's true.
Something from the gods sent to the Dutch people. And they won't share their stuff.
The best thing is when
Is
you
Fla
have the
Dutch?
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
Okay.
And
the
get
best-
it
cool.
anywhere
Oh,
else.
be right back.
Best thing are those mixed Fla in one.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
One
the
package.
ones with
Double
these
fla.
little
Yeah.
chocolate balls, man.
Ooh,
Those-
or
That
those.
is the best.
Nice Batman trousers.
Who had the Batman trousers?
Red
Uh,
just went around the corner with it. Yeah, awesome.
yeah, I was refreshing my Roll20 because my Roll20 occasionally freezes the cameras of other people. Probably sit in the middle of mine. There we go.
Wieso studierst du in Österreich?
Weil Lust drauf.
Warte mal, Österreich und die Niederlande. Da braucht es keinen guten Abschluss, um was zu studieren. Bist du deswegen da?
Das ist halb.
Medizin oder sowas?
Also ich studiere im Moment Soziologie, das hätte ich auch in Deutschland studieren können.
Ja,
keine
okay.
Probleme. Aber das Ding ist, dadurch, dass ich im Ausland studiere, sammle ich halt Wartesemester an und kann theoretisch irgendwann studieren, was ich will in Deutschland.
Getting into medicine in the Netherlands is actually quite hard.
It's a test, right?
Yeah, you need to make a test or have like super high grades.
Ja, okay, aber weißt du, das ist für uns immer, entweder wird gesagt, du gehst in die Niederlande, um zu studieren, wenn dein NC nicht ausreicht,
Oder nach
oder
Österreich
oder
oder
nach
Ungarn.
Österreich.
Ja.
Und du zahlst einfach mehr für die Schulen.
Ja, in Ungarn auch. In Ungarn bezahlst du richtig
Ja,
cool.
Ungarn auch, genau. Ungarn, Österreich und die Sprachen sind recht leicht zu erlernen oder schon vorhanden.
Ja, vor
Also-
allen Dingen in Ungarn wird das sogar auf Deutsch unterrichtet, also von daher.
Ja, genau.
Das ist ja eher so eine.
Ja, das ist
Schule,
jetzt
die
auch
dir
nicht
einfach
allzu
Geld
hart,
damit
glaube ich.
gibt.
Schon. Ich meine, wir können ja schon eine der schwersten Sprachen.
Stimmt.
Darunter zu steppen ist ja nicht so. Ja, aber ich denke, das ist immer so. Gibt's für Medizin wirklich einen Test, ja?
Have you tried Bulgarian, where Dimi comes from? They
I've
actually
nev-
have like a letter L that like I've practiced it. I can't like do it. Like when you say the L, you like push your tongue like at the bottom of your teeth. Like you say like slatki. Like it has like this very like heavy like
Slatki?
slatki,
Slatki?
which means sweet or like cookies or sweets, or it can also mean like just
That is the
sweet in
first
general.
word you learn. Straight up cookies.
No, it
Oh.
was actually it was from Sweet Dreams, Slatki Sinishta. But I can't do it. You should ask Dimi to pronounce it when he gets back.
Yeah, well, but I guess
makes it sound
Bulgarian is
easy.
pretty
Made of
Russian
bees.
heavy.
Don't compare them to the Russians. I'll get mad.
No, not comparing. The language is pretty alike.
Yeah.
And the Hungarian is more like from the southern states, like as Serbia and Croatia and all that Greekish sounding stuff.
I wouldn't know. I'm not from there, but I believe you.
I've
User in your
learned,
channel timed out.
Writing.
No, Dimi,
Oh god.
Well,
don't leave us, Dimi.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
we're
couldn't-
gonna continue playing with Corsaro.
I'm gonna be a Murloc pirate king.
Nice.
That is my quest.
Corsaro is a player in Dimi's game.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And I'll shut up right away if you start.
In that game, I play a Murloc.
Oh,
So
so do you have a Murloc voice?
Totally. I practice. Like I watched videos in practice.
Nice.
But I think we've lost Dimi, so and I have no clue when he's coming back.
So let's just wait for 10, 20 minutes. See how this goes.
50.
I think 20 minutes is a bit long, but
1 hour.
It's up to
Yeah,
Brad.
but I mean, I have every hope that he'll be back well before then.
Dimi just sent me a Skype message. My interwebs just died, so that either means his interwebs is coming back or he's found a way to Skype me without internet. In the meantime, we could look at the stories if you guys like of the wiki.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least, what?
And see if you guys have any
Anonymous
ideas.
Chacal.
You're welcome to like for now we're working on the ABC, so you can either like create footnotes for the ones that don't have footnotes yet, or create new ones. I know that Albin still needs description, because all we know is that he poisoned Queen Islika, but we don't know, who he is or what else he did in his life. And we know he
Yep.
has a treasure hoard.
And we need to debate over whether it was arsenic or what's another poison?
Or maybe not a poison chalice at all.
Curare.
At all.
Oh, yes.
Or maybe chalice is just another way of saying, something. Maybe it wasn't a chalice. Maybe it was just a plain old cup. Could also be.
Well, we'd have to check primary sources.
And who's Captain Redwing, and why is he called Redwing?
I would like to do that, and I really want the
User
D, but
entered your channel.
oh, that didn't go right. That didn't sound right. Did
What?
not sound right. Did not sound right.
Well, it's not sound
I
right.
realized the moment I said it.
Oh wow. Sure, you can have the D. If you really want.
Well, I think clearly Captain Redwing was trying to copy Red Tom Herring, but he had a parrot.
I think Captain Redwing indeed can have, if you wish to, can use 2 red wings and just heals his wounds with cold fire. So he seems to have the powers of what's it called again? Phoenix.
Ooh. Interesting. Phoenix Captain who's trying to copy Captain Red Herring. Well, you can write out the stories later since we have Demi back.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Welcome back,
I'm
Demi.
here.
You disappeared. We all were in despair.
Yeah. Although right now you look like Howling Plains.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
If you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. You're being a little bit like your internet is freaking out occasionally, like your thanks or whatever.
Yeah,
but-
I said, did you hear me 2 minutes ago? And then you answered pretty late. So you're hearing me with a huge delay.
Oh.
Okay, well, I hear you now. I don't know how long ago you said that, but I presume it was in a response to what I said.
Okay, then you hear me alright, I think.
I think so too.
Yeah, it seems to be fine now.
Nice.
And that's weird that we just hear you 2 minutes later, like la 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 la. You are still breaking up. You should fix your internet.
No, not another one breaking up.
Yeah, we already lost Toby.
Yeah.
Don't do that to us, Demi.
Uh-oh.
I think he's
Yeah,
doing
we
it to us.
lost him again.
I think, oh dear. Bye, Demi. We'll miss you.
User in your channel timed
Yep,
out.
there you go. We'll sing tales of your horrible demise.
User
I
entered
guess.
your channel.
Hello?
And he's back
Hello.
again. Hello. You heard you say hello.
Me you're looking for?
I think I'm back full time.
Excellent.
Okay. Let's hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a camera coming.
Aha!
There we go. Quality is very crappy. You should get better internet.
The
I
stream
know.
was unable to connect you to a network error. Well,
That's just for you, Mark. I can
Okay.
see both of the others fine.
just gonna reload this one.
Well, intermittently.
Good thing this happened during the break and not,
Well,
halfway.
we're kind of back on.
I know,
Even
I
if,
know.
we're being technically challenged.
We're just special.
Yeah.
And now every stream is done.
And Demi is like disappearing and reappearing randomly.
Just go ahead without me. I'll at some point join in.
Be here or not. Yeah. Yeah, okay. The person who just was trying to get you out of trouble disappeared.
This is interesting. That never happened
So,
to me here.
it seems like you're here, Demi. So,
Yes.
so who is this Mr. Jones? Tell me about him.
Well, Mr. Jones, he was a very very famous pirate when he was younger. He was a menace, and he was always the navy was always after him, but he always eluded them basically. But at some point he got tired of all that crap, and he wanted to live out his last 10-20 years in luxury and not silence, but what's the word, in comfort, and without all the stress. So he gave himself up on the condition that he would be given a big keep on this island, and basically all those yeah, he wanted favors from the navy, and basically to leave him alone to live like a rich person, and in return he would stop terrorizing whatever he was terrorizing back then. But yeah, a few months ago he again got that hype of treasure. He remembered the good old days. He's going a bit insane, so he probably won't go anywhere. But it's all he's talking about right now. Traveling out there and finding more and more treasures, pillaging, and everything he was doing when he was younger.
Okay. Well, if you bring Mr. Jones over here, and we'll discuss the price of the ship, and if everything works out, I'll forget the previous happenings.
That's all I can ask for.
Kind of you.
Mark, if you can't see our Roll20 cameras, you don't have to relog Roll20. You can just go to the cogwheel and select I want to receive from others, and then you can switch to nothing and then back to video and voice, and usually that fixes it.
Okay. Not really, but I guess I'll be fine. Sound works, and I can look in the stream, so.
So M has brought you a moment of respite. Will you do it this before the guards appear and the shipmaker finds out that Tall Tale Jones might not be as rich as he thought, or as he was told, and all these other things?
Well, I think until the guards appear, it must be a long time to land. Like some hours at least.
Yes.
And Jones is a pretty rich guy. I mean, he was given everything he asked for by the Navy just to stop his works, so he would have a lot of, well, gold.
Yeah, and his name is Tall Tale Jones. How could he let anybody down?
Exactly.
And he used to be, this awful pirate who everyone hated and stuff, so.
So he claims. A little bit about Tall Tale Jones that you would have heard when you were in the Parrot's Nest Inn on Blackwater is that he tells these tales about how he lost his leg in a battle with a ferocious sea beast, And then, whenever, he's not listening, Joy Jewel, the owner of the Parrot's Nest Inn, always tells you that she knows that it was an accident when he was a little boy here on the island of Patria Pirata. To make of that one. Any other stories you've told this guy, or definitely stories you've heard Tall Tale James himself tell you?
Well, I mean, I showed him the treasure, so I don't want to puff things up too much.
Yeah, of course.
So do you guys want to go and bring this ex-pirate Ravager here, or?
I don't know where he is, so
He's
yeah.
on Patria Pirata. He has a
Oh.
house there.
Wait, we're not there.
Right.
You
okay,
could try
then I
securing
need
a
a ship
ship.
for that. Can I take this ship here?
But he gives you this incredulous look and doesn't even answer your question.
I didn't even ask him. I asked M.
Okay. So you could try securing a ship, but in the meantime, you have an assignment from Steor that you may or may not decide to fulfill.
I got what?
Yes, I.
Steor, the other shipbuilder, she asked you to deal with her not having any wood to finish her ship.
Well, I was counting on this guy not sending it to the merchant, so he would be forced to go to our guy. But that would take a long time.
Yeah, probably more time than she's got. And probably also more time than you've got if this guy reaches the city.
Any plans?
So, should we just go with the dinghy plan?
I think the idea might be this ship. What's it called? Shipment?
Shipwright?
Ship. No,
or shipyard?
Shipyard, yeah. It's wooden, right? Problem solved.
Well, we don't want to destroy everything.
And the nice one doesn't have any rigging, and the other one it may have a problem.
Well, I just thought she would be happy to lose another one, to lose people that do the same things that she does.
Competitor.
Selling ships. Competitor, yeah.
Well,
I feel like my brain has stopped working right now.
yeah, come to think of it, I don't think she would approve.
To cipher like what you've been hired for.
Oh. Well, Squidmore has been doing most of the work, so the pleasure of explaining to him.
So yeah, we were hired to protect, to essentially protect her interests while she got a ship together for this competition. And in the meantime, people have been trying to like steal tools and stuff from her, and now someone's interfering with her supply.
And she's promised you
Yes.
a ship if you manage to get her, like keep her shipyard and ship safe until the competition, which is like sometime in the next 7 days.
And earlier she complained a bit about us using underhanded methods to do that. So, a bit of a quandary.
She's talking bad about my methods?
About yours, about ours.
Okay.
But yes, I mean, but you haven't been specifically told about that, so you know, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe if we're above board and you do whatever you need to do, then there just won't be a problem.
Such a simple guy.
Is the roof out of straw?
Yeah, I'd imagine it being wooden.
Too bad. That would be easy. Now, there are some possible ways to deal with that.
Well, we could just row off with the dinghy, you know, partially loaded, and when they come chasing us, then there's a you know a very nice ship to try and take.
We keep going back to the. Let's steal the ship and destroy everything.
Well, because this
That
plan is
couldn't
good and simple.
possibly go wrong.
you know. Yes, all I have is this one hammer. I don't know why the rest of the world looks like a nail. I mean, I suppose you know, we could just go to the forest ourselves and get some wood. That would be.
There's plenty of things you could do. That's up to you what you do with the situation, you know. Whether you think yourselves hammers or, you know, carts or anything else.
We would need a cart.
I think there's enough wood in in the forest. I'm sure you could get a cart in Port City if you need one.
I look for a place that nobody watches from and that I can see the ship from. Is there any place?
Well, right now they're keeping their eyes on you. Might have something to do with you pulling a sword and being accused of, you know, being that demon woman.
Well, that's a shame. Well, that means if I leave and then come back without them noticing.
Yeah, I mean you could try that.
Yeah, then I'll do so.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Cypher starts walking away.
I say I will be right back. So
What you gotta do? Nature calls.
So, the main shipwright, I'll sort of square off with it and say, so you're saying you haven't heard about the Order of Wood?
What Order of Wood?
From the magistrate. Or the wood I was supposed to bring down to Port City.
Yes.
I believe that this is my own wood and that I haven't been paid to bring it anywhere else.
Well, I'm sure the magistrate will compensate you very well. I mean, that's what they do, right?
Look, we had the documents, but someone dropped them in the water,
Oh.
and now they're ruined. And I'll take out a few of the pages of the ruined journal.
Okay, like try to pull them loose since I presume they're in the journal. Without the guy noticing that you're, you know, randomly pulling them from the journal.
I can see everyone except me
Be
now.
stealthy.
Oh, stealthy. Okay. Then I was thinking about burglary, you know, doing the whole unnoticed hand tricks kind of things. So that would be a -3. So I got a -2.
Let's see. notice. How are you rolling so bad?
I don't know.
Can I
Um,
do my stealth roll now as well?
yeah, sure. Um, so yeah, he like you pulled that from
This is
From-
not suspicious at all.
no. So I'm gonna be kind and I'm gonna re-roll his notice so that you might succeed. So he's way too busy with M right now to notice you. I saw you pulling that out of your book over there. I didn't know what you're playing at, lady, but I'd like you to leave my shipyard. And if I notice that you've been lying about your friend Captain Jones, then you're gonna be in trouble.
Is would a 0 be sufficient? Read his
0
notice?
would be succeed at a costable.
Well, I can say that no man or wall can stop me, and get very, emotional and start almost yelling at him, and then say, how can you say that when this is the word of the magistrate? Do you know what will happen to you when he hears about this?
He's like, calm down, lady, calm down. I'm sure that you can go and collect the right papers again and come back here and show them to me.
But the thing is, you should have the papers already. You're saying you don't know what we're talking about, and what kind of business is this that you don't? This
Look,
is
I don't know what you two are going at, but you're just taking my wood and you're in
well,
cahoots
yes.
with the lady who's pulling her sword out and who may or may not have destroyed a ship. And
Before he notices, can I, in the meantime, try to enlighten this
if
ship?
you give me a moment to finish my
Okay,
sentence, I'm sure you can try to do whatever you want. So you can come back with you can get that those papers from the magistrate, or you can just leave and not come back. The choice is you, but I don't have time for this anymore. I have a ship to finish. What are you doing in the meantime, Cypher?
I thought it would be pretty a dick move to use something that could make a big fire on the ship, and enlighten the rest of this place in a shining way.
Okay.
So I'm going to do this.
You can try. Do you have anything on you to make fire with?
I have one of my spells that I will use for that.
Okay. It's gonna be pretty hard because ships are generally made not to, be lit on fire with the with the first little flicker of a flame. But if you roll high enough, you can definitely succeed. Go ahead.
Is there some
What do you
kind
do?
of sail or something like that?
Well, which ship are you trying to light on fire? There's a ship that's being built. That's the competition ship. That doesn't have any sails or ropes or anything. Then there is the ship that's docked. That's called the Hand of Lucifer. It's a pirate ship. You presume it doesn't belong to the shipyard, but that it's stalled here. And there is some ships that don't have rigging like elsewhere. So the Hand of Lucifer, the pirate ship that does have sails, the others don't.
Is there any other place that might be easy to catch fire? There. Some kind of oil.
There's the papers, the drawing papers. But then again, there is wood around that might not burn as easily as you'd like. So it might just burn the papers and then not the rest. I mean, he'd still be pissed off if his plans were gone, but
I don't want him to be pissed off. I want him to stop building that ship. So I just try to make that ship burn that is under construction. Maybe my result is so good that it will work. I'm using my stunt, by the way.
Okay. So what does your stunt do? Doesn't your stunt do light?
I can
Rather than
get
fire?
once per scene. I can enhance one of my spells.
Okay, so you can change it from light to fire. Sure. Or
And I mean I get a higher value on it. I can.
yeah, but what spell are you using? Wasn't your spell to do light instead of fire?
Yeah,
So
it
light
was.
wouldn't set a ship on fire.
If it's like a laser, it might.
Not a wooden ship that doesn't burn very well. Maybe if it's something that burns easily, but you'd have to spend a lot of time, and for a wooden ship that's intended not to burn, it's not gonna happen.
Too bad. Well, then I'll just go back to the others.
Let's just steal the Hand of Lucifer.
I might take the ship later on. It looks good. I won't burn that one. So I'll just go back to you guys.
So should we just leave and sneak back at night? Is that what you're thinking?
I don't know. It was like a cool opportunity. The ship is right there. It was ready to sail, and I have this half treasure map that M is like insanely excited about, and she wants to, go and find all the secrets and all the treasures and stuff, and she's stuck there doing chores. I think she would want that, but I don't want to, screw her over by by basically saying, okay, you prepared all of this, and that's not.
Well, for this session, I'm sure there's plenty of material.
Yeah, but
and when
in
you're
general,
on the ship, you might, find things that may or may not change your mind about what you're gonna do. That's up to you. So it's not as far. You can definitely try and steal the ship, and we'll see what happens when you have.
Okay. So I mean, do you want to just like charge over there and grab it, or
Are the others listening? The shipwrights?
I presume you guys are talking like under your breaths, like in between yourselves. Else you would have gotten in a lot more trouble soon.
yeah.
Yeah, we go up to the shipyard's owner and say, hey, that ship looks stealable. But yeah, we would be somewhere somewhere away from them, and would just impatiently, oh, let's just get that ship over there and leave. What's the big problem?
Well, there is a problem kind of below the waterline with that one. Don't ask me how I know.
How long has this problem been there?
Oh, since about the last time we were at the shipyard.
No, so for a day, and the ship hasn't sunk yet.
Yeah, exactly my point.
It might be taking some water by now.
Yeah. We might not want to take it on the open seas, but perhaps back to the other yard would be okay.
If you want, you can do a seafaring roll to see how bad of a shape the ship is. What the result of your
Sure.
your unofficial involvement is has had on the ship.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So it's enough to slow the ship down, but it won't immediately sink, especially if you board it up or something.
Okay.
I can do that.
Totally.
And if this problem that we don't know how happened is big enough, we can go through it. but I doubt it's that big if the Shink hasn't sunk yet.
So, how about this? Why don't we, you and I, swim up to it and climb aboard, and Mark, you can distract them again? Does that sound like a plan? And this is out of character because Good Bob probably wouldn't make the plans.
Yeah, my characters would be like, charge.
Oh, okay. Or that. I mean, if you're saying charge, then I'll go with that. You know.
Well, let's just go for a casual swim.
So
Well,
right now
okay.
on the shipyard there are seven people. No, I'm counting wrong. Yeah, seven people. That's excluding you guys.
Okay. But and how many of them were armed?
None of them with any like official swords. Of course, they're holding wrenches and things like that.
We should probably wait
Tools.
when they get either drunk or go to sleep. Or both.
Why are you guys always trying to do it the boring way?
Because we don't have to do it the hard way.
So you would not
With
follow me if I would just go in there and try to do what I can do best.
Nope.
That means there are more left for me.
And at this point, Squidbot starts kind of cringing because he's not sure who to follow.
Aww. Poor guy.
But
Did one of them look like a experienced good fighter, or do they all just look like bulky shipwrights?
They all just look like bulky shipwrights, which is probably what they are.
But still, there are 7 of them.
Well, I mean, you guys can, if you're not sure what to do, you can always leave it to the dice and try to convince each other.
But I'm crap at that.
Cipher is probably at least equally bad.
Are you a chicken? Do you have no pride to actually go in there and show them what you're made of?
Well, I've done that, and I found patience and planning to be a better way of getting what you want. Except
You're
measure.
reminding me of someone. Always doing it the boring way.
So what is your decision? I want a decision in the next 10 seconds. Whether
well, yeah, I mean,
do you do that by rolling the dice and convincing each other with your dice rolls or not? Or
Sure,
whatever it is.
I've tried reporting you.
yeah, guys, just roll, and I'll follow whoever gets higher.
I got the average result, not fate average, but statistics average.
I provoke you.
Okay, charge!
Oh dear. Okay. So you draw your.
I draw my sword and speak contrast caelum et infernum. And suddenly I got 2 swords, and not nice looking ones.
2 badass swords.
Want the link? For what they look like?
Yeah.
If you want to give us one.
The small one is pitch black, so black it doesn't reflect any light. The other one is reflecting. The big one is really bright and looks like it is a little shining, but it's only reflecting light really well.
So I'll say you guys have the element of surprise because they didn't expect to randomly be transient.
And hey, they are talking like 1 hour what they are going to do, and suddenly they're charging at us.
So go ahead and roll first before you die.
I just stand there first and say, do you mind not selling that ship to this guy? Otherwise, we maybe gonna get into trouble.
Yes, I actually do mind. And you've they grabbed their tools and then armed themselves against your attack. So both of you, or all three of you, whoever is gonna do, roll on your notice. See
Okay.
who goes first.
One question: who looks the strongest and like the boss of them? I want to demoralize them.
The guy, yeah, the guy you've been talking to, basically. You said like, what are you doing on my shipyard and things like that. Okay, Cypher, you're first.
Well, I think it's time for my ray now, so I'm using my stunt to enhance it.
Oh, actually, Squidmaw's first.
Well,
You can delay your turn if you want to.
yeah, I guess I'll delay till Cypher actually charges, and then I'll that will convince me utterly.
I point my finger at the strongest looking one on the boss, and you see it flickering a bit and a burst of light, and then probably will be totally underwhelming now because it's the first time. Or I might just made a hole in his chest, depending.
No, you haven't made a hole in his chest, but his chest hairs are definitely singed.
Then I grab my big sword again that I put into the ground.
Okay, Squidmaw.
Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of barrel through them and try and clear the way for M to like get on the ship and start getting it ready to sail.
Okay, are you going for the same guy as Cypher is going for, or are you kind of dealing blows to some of the like slightly smaller men?
I guess I'm just attacking and trying to scatter the others.
Okay. Are you trying to deal damage, or are you just provoking?
He's dealing mental damage.
Well, that is provoking. So.
I am trying to deal damage.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I am using tentacle and claw, although my intent is to clear the way more than to actually hurt them.
Okay.
So you're creating an advantage in some way by trampling or something.
Sure, sounds good.
Or doing both. Dealing lower damage with an advantage, or I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know whether it'd be overcome.
Scatter them, but you hit one of them.
Is my go?
No. Now it's their turn.
Okay.
The big guy shouts, "Get the one with the swords!" and runs at you. And he swings his hammer and.
He can still talk. I'm impressed. I swear I might have hit a lung.
He attacks you with a fair result. So You might want to try defending against that
Yeah, sure.
with a fight or athletics.
I'll do it with fight. Can I try to create an advantage with while blocking?
That only works if you succeed with style over him.
Okay.
And even then, technically, it doesn't. Since you're just defending. Okay, I'll give you a one-time boost. So you get
Okay.
a +2.
So I'm just trying to slash across as many people as I can. That's my big goal.
Okay, well, it's an
block
advantage
the
for
first one.
for the future, so you can use it like later. It's not like you deal damage now; you just create an advantage. So that means that on your next roll you can get a +2. But it's not yet
No,
your turn.
I mean, I tried to slash through as many people as I can that charged me. That was what I meant.
Okay, well, there's going to be more, definitely. Two more charge you, and they do a simultaneous attack. But they got a poor result, so you didn't need much to deflect their attacks. In the meantime, two of them, maybe three of them go after you, Squidmaw. Since you were the closest.
Time of
Ooh,
has
and
come
they
to
go
an end.
after
The cats are
you
taking
with
over.
I think that's fantastic, a 6. But you still need to defend Cypher.
Oh, I still need to defend?
Yeah, there was the guy who came at you and you dealt with him, but then there were two more.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay. So, and I need to do athletics.
Or fight or something.
Well, it's pretty much the same.
Ooh.
They got
Okay.
they got a 6.
Yeah.
Okay. I will. Oh, so that's 5.
Yes.
They both got 6s or what?
No. There's this rule where you can
Right. Oh no,
combine
I
like
thought...
mooks into one. So I just combined them for one attack.
Okay.
You also needed to roll once, Cypher,
Oh, okay.
since I also combined the two mooks. So there's like 3 groups. There's the big guy, then there's 2 people, and then there's 3.
Because you said I should roll another time. That's
So,
Yeah, but you rolled a 6, right? That was
yeah.
your other
Okay.
roll. So
Yeah.
so
no problem.
definitely they're all like beating on me, but it is difficult to get through my hard crab-like shell.
Seems you're still alive. Yeah, sure.
So let me see. That'll boost me up to
That means
a
they
5. So
1/5 of damage to you.
got it.
Nice.
So Cypher, you've created 2 boosts for yourself because of your amazing defense. In the meantime, what are you up to?
Well, I'd like to, run over to the ship. But if that's possible, I want to explain it in a cool way.
That is always possible.
I mean, if it's possible to get on the ship.
Depends how fast you run.
Well, my idea was not to run, but to, just jump casually in the water and then, this get a boost of speed while in the water and then jump out and land on the ship.
Well, that would definitely work. That would get you on the ship without the others being too
too much of a problem.
Yeah, like they're busy fighting Cypher and Squidmaw.
I'll
You
well,
know
the first
what?
what?
You know what would be really bad timing?
Oh.
I can assume.
Yeah, I think I know what the case.
Oh no, it's not that. It's not that at all. It is something to do with M herself. And
Oh.
you know, a certain Captain Tia who may or may not have been released by now, and may not have, you know, been coming back this way. I mean, the merchant who went to get the guards would be, you know, ways off still, but you know, the pirates could make it if they were released a little earlier.
I'm sure they were.
Okay, well,
Well, I don't
take
have the fate point to spend anyway, so.
Oh, okay. Well, take a fate point. Here, it's a gift. Too bad that you have such a small amount of fate points.
Yeah, but that makes it fun.
So quickly you guys get surrounded, not just by the 7 shipwrights, but by 5 more pirates. You're
Oh, I
welcome
didn't
to
even
continue.
jump on the ship?
You did manage to jump on the ship, but you know they're gonna be there, gonna be there very soon. I'm presuming you're getting caught since it was you getting a fate point.
Fair enough.
You're welcome to try and fight to the death if you want. I can tell you you're not gonna win this fight. So you can either concede, in which case you'll avoid the worst of whatever they have planned for you. You know, you might not die, for instance, if that was what they were planning. Or you can try to negotiate with them and be like, you know, let us go. It's gonna be fine.
Okay. So I did generate an advantage earlier, though, right? That was successful.
Remind me when?
From
Uh,
No. You only beat them by 1 shift, so I ruled that there was no advantage. You just did the 1 shift of damage.
oh, okay.
If you were trying to set up an advantage instead, like that's fine too. But I think you said you were trying to deal damage over creating an advantage.
I
I'm
think
fine
you
either
said the
way.
opposite.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't trying to. I wasn't so much trying to do damage as clear a
Okay,
path,
so the
but
advantage, and Cypher still has 2 boosts towards the head shipbuilder. So that's what you have right now.
okay. So
The advantage you would have created would be trampled, though. So, not sure whether it's going to be useful, depending on what you're going to do.
I think it will, in that I think this is a situation in which discretion is the better part of valor. And I'm going to try and just barrel through and jump into the water.
My
Okay.
plan exactly.
More.
Okay, go ahead.
Can I try to do the same?
Yeah, sure. You can try to do the same. Whereas
Don't be a -3. Okay.
okay. So both of you can succeed at a cost. Something such as, you know, left an item behind, or like the bag with some gold coins that you had from earlier being lost, or something like that. It's up to you how you exactly want it to be. Didn't mind either way. Or if you don't want to lose your gold coins, you're welcome to take like a mild consequence instead or whatever.
Well, my fancy-looking spyglass was, getting out of my pocket, but it's such a valuable item, I think, and I reached to grab it right before jumping, so I slipped and I fell on my on my belly in the water. I couldn't
Ouch.
dive properly.
And if it's okay, one of the sailors was grabbing at me and would have grabbed off my pouch if you weren't so trampled.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay.
If you didn't count your trampled, then
Alrighty.
you succeed, no problem. You just trample right over it.
Yes.
So the two sort of fish people are swimming off quickly. How about you, Sophie? Are you just gonna surrender and let yourself get caught, or what are you gonna do?
What?
There's only 12 of them. Don't worry. I'm sure you can take them all.
There's only like 12. No problem.
From my experience, as I learned from before, people normally stop fighting if you slash their legs off. So I'm going to do that.
Sure. Let's see, how much advantage would he get on defending himself if all his friends were up with him? 1, 2, 3, 6. Let's say the pirates are not here yet. That it's
Well, yeah,
just
some of them
1
were after
versus
me
7.
and Squidmaw, so.
I'm trying to do like a all around slash if that's possible.
What's his own?
Using a boost.
Okay. Yes. You can decide to use your boost after you've seen the result. So
You might
this plus this is this. Okay, you only need to beat a 9.
So that means how much does a boost give?
Plus 2.
So can I use 2 boosts at the same time?
Yes, you can use 2 boosts. So that would bump your 6 up to a 10. That doesn't mean you slash off his legs though. That means you would be able to deal some damage to him.
Probably.
Or create an advantage if that is what you were trying to do.
Actually, I was just trying to make as many enemies not able to fight as possible.
Okay, well, it wouldn't stop him from fighting. Would just make him bleed a little more.
Probably try to aim for his head, if that's more like it.
That's not the thing. Like, this role basically means that hey, you were really good, you were aiming really well, but there's also like 7 like tools in between your swords and this guy. So
okay, can I actually take hostage of him with that result?
That would be creating some sort of an advantage.
That would be creating an advantage. Like you can say advantage hostage. I'd imagine you wouldn't be able to get to him, but you can get one of the other shipwrights as your hostage.
Nah, that's boring. I think they are after the big one, so... And the pirates probably are only interested in that one, if they are interested, so... I have no idea, so... I just tried to take... Can I just try to take some of them out?
Sure,
Well,
you can
you
keep
have 1
fighting
damage.
until you go down.
Okay, yeah, then I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I will slash some legs off. Don't matter who it is.
Well, if you go for one of the minor guys, you might have more success. The way this is going to go down, though, it's going to end bad for you. The way fate works is you, as a player, can decide to resign even if your character wouldn't, and it would mean that your character still avoids the worst of like the not being dead, which is what it would end up if you would continue on this path. If you do that,
Only beaten, bloody, and unconscious.
Yeah, only beaten, bloody, unconscious, robbed, or thrown in jail or something like that.
So if can I?
Hold on.
Yeah. Okay.
One second. You need to do that before you're actually dead, unless you have the stunt that allows you to do it after you're dead.
Yeah.
When you do it, you get 1 fate point for each consequence.
Excuse me.
So, you're not necessarily punished for doing it later, but, do it on time before you die.
Yeah. So, but could it be possible for me to attack the legs of the big one and then taking him hostage? Like, if you move another inch, then it's over for him. Would that
Well,
be
you could
possible?
try that, but you'd need to succeed, and there's like, I'm
I
not
got-
trying to be mean here, but it's 7 against 1. That's pretty unrealistic odds.
Yeah.
Like, you might be amazing, but these guys are with a lot.
Yeah, that's why I tried to do this and not just fight them. And I tried to take a hostage so that they stop fighting me, because otherwise I'm going to kill their boss.
Yeah, well, right now, all you've managed to do is scratch their boss, so they're not very impressed.
So
I think he
if I use
meant
my
that
10 to slash his legs off, I can use a fate point on my aspects to actually take him in hostage.
What were you saying, Dimi? Because I'm having trouble figuring the situation out.
I was saying that Mark means he wants to take the boss hostage
Yes, I
and
understand.
threaten,
His
to
life.
kill him if, yeah. But
Yeah, but he
Mark,
needs to
I
get
think,
into a position where he can
yeah,
do
I
that.
know,
And with
I know.
like 6 people around, I just don't think like I'd love to give you chances to do cool stuff, but you do understand that 1 versus 7 is like probably not going to happen, right? You need to succeed by a ridiculous margin, which you're not going to do because it's 1 versus 7. So because they get this ridiculous defense.
Okay.
Not trying to rain on your parade, but like if I just give everything away, the game wouldn't be fun for you guys either.
Yeah, sure. No problem. I just trying to think for options.
Well, right now your options are most likely to either,
I can
be
my character won't resign, so I have to do it like out of character and just
Well,
be.
what you can do is let yourself get captured and deal with it when what comes then. If you surrender, they don't seem like cold-blooded murderers, like straight away from the bat. So, if you wait out your
Unlike
turn,
us. Sorry.
you could say that maybe you get knocked out by a well-aimed blow to the head, so that you can't fight, and that you wake up like a little later. Then you've got around the not fighting, like you being fighty aspect.
Yeah. It probably must something like this along those lines must happen. So yeah, probably something like yeah. Can somebody come from behind and knock me out? Otherwise, I don't see it. That
Yes,
one coming.
most certainly.
Like the drunk old father with his whiskey bottle. Ding.
Yeah, like randomly, like a guy that was sleeping in the corner, like wakes up and he's like, "Tung."
The guys have no idea how to protect your ships. This is so sad.
You do a great
And it
drunk
falls
guy.
over again too.
Then he snores. Yeah, you're totally welcome to ask for something like that, like some kind of a story intervention if you find that your character becomes too ballsy. That's the nice thing of Fate. The game system is you're supposed to be able to do things like that. It's not specifically written in the rules that you can do it like specifically like that, but that's kind of the whole idea of the system. So
the sad thing, they didn't even touch me till then, and the other people just hightailed.
And it might have something to do with like the like 5 pirates also showing up.
Cowards. We can just finish them off before they actually arrive. Then it's 5 versus 3. No problem.
No problem. And it's not like you would have been severely beaten up before that happens, and
I wasn't
in
even
any trouble.
scratched.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
it might have worked out.
It might have, sure. You did roll amazing earlier on.
As did I, of course.
You actually managed to like slash their head shipwright across the legs with like 6 more of them trying to stop you. So that is pretty impressive. So your world fades to black. And you wake up in a jail cell. If you look out the window, you will notice that you are somewhere here.
Where?
Somewhere here in Stinky.
Oh, okay. Well, I need to get my weapon back.
You do. Would they automatically revert to one weapon? If you're knocked out?
If it would make sense, yes.
In the meantime, and Squidmaw, you've seen the pirates capture Cypher and deliver him to the guards that showed up a little later.
So, Good Boss says, it's a shame, really. If we knew him better, a daring rescue would definitely be in order. But as it is, I'm not sure.
Well, M is not, she's not much of a hero. But let's see.
We're both low down dirty dogs.
Yeah. I'm trying to find a reason why she would go and save him.
Maybe I can just get out my own.
Well, Cypher
But then I would be
certainly
pissed.
seemed like Cypher certainly seemed like he could handle himself in a battle. If you're looking for treasure, like you are, there's bound to be some trouble on your way. So he'd make a valuable asset to your team.
True, but again, she's not used to facing her trouble with fighting.
Find a smart way to deal with them.
Meanwhile, I'll
You
look
know,
around.
a neighbor of the captain of the.
You could.
What do you think, Squidmaw? Is that worth the try, or? I mean, we can just burn the person down, of course. That's always a good plan, yeah.
I'm already on it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, if you're, if you come up with an idea to try and break him out, then Squidball will go along. But if you're, uninclined to help, then, he's not going to argue.
Whatever you do.
Yeah.
Can I look around in the cell? Is it wooden? Is there some straw somewhere?
But yeah, I mean, I should mention if you come up with a plan to help, where Squidmaw is taking the brunt of the danger, he'll still go along with it.
Just like there's a plan.
I have an idea about a motivation. I don't have a plan, but M is her plan, not her dream. Her plan is to become a pirate lord. and a pirate lord needs his guards and his or her henchmen basically. And this fine gentleman that was beating up everyone and not giving up is quite the man or a woman. I guess we found out quite the woman she's looking for. So yeah, she would be a fine addition to the pirate crew.
And I suppose she'd owe us.
What?
She'd owe us.
That's a very good point, my old friend.
Arr.
We know each other for a day now.
Aye.
We might have known each other from before, the amalgamation who lived behind the parrot's nest and the visitor who had a room inside. To answer your question, Cypher, you see that the cell door is made of sturdy wooden bars and a lock. And there's a simple bed in the corner.
Right, they're trying to keep me here with wood. They are disrespecting me.
How foolish of them.
So, let me look at this wood. Would this wood burn quite well? Is it dry?
I guess it'd be easier than the ship since it's not, especially impregnated or whatever to not burn. And it's been inside the building for a while. It's not standing outside in the snow and everything. It's still gonna take a little while, but there's no guard standing in front of your cell, so you'd probably, eventually, if you take the time, make it.
Okay. Is there straw around?
I'd imagine that the mattress would contain straw.
So, at the moment there is a guard. Did I understand that right?
There's not a guard. No.
Not a guard. Okay, I just.
Not in your not in front of your door. Maybe outside of your cell block somewhere, but.
Okay. I am taking the straw that is everything of straw that I have. Put it on the wood so that it will all burn well. Look that nothing burnable is around. That the fire can't just go in my direction, right? Because that would be pretty bad.
Well, the most burnable thing around, apart from the straw and the wood, is you, since the cell's empty otherwise. So,
Okay,
as long as you don't stand in the fire, you should be fine.
Okay, then I stand back, and I'm using my shining light, trying to make it extremely hot and.
Okay, it takes you a few minutes.
Yeah.
In the meantime, M and Squidmore, what are you doing?
I'd like to know if there is a known, maybe a gas or a potion or something that makes people sleepy. So basically, a sleeping gas or something.
I think something like a sleeping gas would be extremely rare. You'd probably have a better chance looking for a sleeping spell.
But I'm crap at spells.
You're talking muted, Squidmore.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I didn't notice.
Okay, so do they usually do trials in the Stone Keep itself, or do they take prisoners like to the market square to punish them?
Sure, they might take prisoners through the market square.
So yeah, we could try and. I mean, I don't know how many people they're going to have with them when they bring Cypher to trial, but we could attempt something then rather than trying to break into a castle.
How big is this castle? Or at least the prison part?
The whole Stone Keep is area like the place where the city guards live.
Yeah.
I was thinking about something smaller. Get the guards to sleep and break open the cell, but that wouldn't work probably.
It could if you're sneaky. Like the advantage of a bigger castle is that you get that you can sneak through one hallway and the guards at the other side might not have an idea what's going on if you're being sneaky.
And does it have a sewer, or is it more medieval than that?
Like what you can see right there is what you get.
So basically, we
There's
can go
a
search for
river
one.
next to it if that's what you're asking. A sewer. Sure, it would have some kind of sewage system. I was thinking you were talking about like the thing about around the castle,
no.
the river. But yeah,
That's a moat.
it would have some kind of sewage system, sure.
Oh, okay. So, if we wanted to sneak in, we could use that.
Yeah, but I'm at 0 stealth. If that's, I'm bad at everything. I feel.
You've
I
got
don't know.
just as many skills as everybody else. You just
know,
need to use the
exactly.
skills you're good at. You could set traps up in the sewers.
Yeah, but
It's the ideal place to like create traps to cover your exit. And then you wait there with all your traps ready while Squidmaw sneaks in and does the whole dangerous thing he wants to do.
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Yeah, not that Squidmaw is particularly stealthy. He's, he's snuck around once or twice in his life, but
You could also investigate, look for other ways in that might be safer. You've got burglary, so if the sewer is closed with any gates, you're good at getting in. And if things really go bad, you've always got your athletics. So I don't know what you're worried about. You've got plenty of good skills.
I don't know. I'm probably not in the mindset of this character.
Probably.
And I'm dead tired by now.
No.
Yeah, if we find a way in, I can probably get us in. Maybe even unlock Cypher's door if I get there unnoticed, but I probably shouldn't risk it. But if we, by some miracle, end up somewhere near the cell, I can go and try and unlock it.
or yes, you do traps and such, right?
Yes. And burglary.
How are you with black powder?
Well, depends how you want it used, I guess.
Well, if we wanted to create a stir, we could perhaps rig the bridge so that it and blow it as he's crossing.
That's a good point.
We might be a mite unpopular afterwards, though.
Well, we already are.
All right.
But
Just
before
burn all your bridges, little.
before we end up on the bridge, blowing it up, we have to get in and get that guy out.
Oh no, I was thinking as he was going to trial, we could just blow it and in the chaos, make off with it.
That's a good point. How high is the bridge? From
It
the
looks
water,
fairly
I mean.
high. It looks fairly high. It's a bit of a fall. You could survive the fall, obviously,
Well, no, I mean.
but you can't reach it from the water.
Yeah, obviously. I was thinking, climbing up to the bridge so we don't end up in the city prison as well, because there are bound to be guards around. So we can end up for the night.
It's probably a climbable wall.
And yeah, set up our stuff there and then just wait, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking just set it up during the night.
That plan.
Okay.
In
So-
the meantime, to speed up things, I'll say that by this time, since you had a little longer than Cypher since he was knocked out, you've gotten time to climb up there and plant your riggings. You'll have to still roll for how well the trap looks, but you managed to get up there at least and acquire whatever you needed in the time in between.
Okay. I'm setting up a trap. So I'm rolling my good crafts.
Ooh.
Nice.
You set it up so that you can like blow like certain parts of the bridge, so that you can do like this stage explosion if you want. It looks very fancy.
Well, as long as it's effective, a bit of fancy doesn't hurt.
It will definitely be effective. Like you could even when two people are running on the bridge, you could be like, not blow it where the first guy runs and blow it where the second guy runs, for instance. So you could, try to, save Cypher when he's being transported across.
I'll instruct Squidmore in the meantime that when this happens, there are bound to be, guards running at us. So you have to, take them for a bit until we find a good chance to run, basically.
Aye.
Don't get, carried away like Cypher did.
All right.
Cypher.
I'll try not to disappoint you.
So,
Mo.
what I do is I take a piece of cloth,
Mhm.
make it a little bit wet, so I can kind of have a filter for all the smoke that is going to appear.
Okay.
Don't wanna die.
I could imagine like you don't have any water, but since it's slightly snowing, you could say that you're in a cell by a window and that you can like push it outside to the snow. So yeah, sure, you could make it wet.
Wait, they
Or
don't
spit.
give me any water? Those barbarians. Whatever.
Oh, you were knocked out,
Okay. Anyways, yeah, I'm using snow.
but
for this
you've
then.
got a wet cloth.
Problem. So pulling this through my mouth and go.
Okay, you jump through the flames and make for the door of your cell block.
Oh, it works default by default.
Yeah, sure. Outside the door are two guards.
Does any one of you know where my sword is?
Halt! And they push two spears under your nose.
Come on. Can't put me back in the cell anyways. Why is it so worked up?
They try to drive you back towards the cell block.
Then I'm going to dive under them and try to disarm them.
Okay.
Or at least one. Because
go
if I
ahead.
go in close quarters, they can't use their spears anyway.
Use your athletics to try and dive under and disarm them. Oh, no problem. You grab their two spears and pull them from their hands and whack them in the head with it, and they're like, "Ow!" Do you dash past them and run into like the hallway, or?
I'll try to knock at least one out with a punch before I do that.
Okay, go ahead and try. If you succeed with style, I'll let you knock him out in one blow. Need to be ooh, okay. You're very good at fighting today. You just like knock one guy like straight out, and he just clumps against his friend, and you just dash
It would be
past.
stupid to let this one report that I'm out then, so I guess I'm just trying to
Sure.
knock him out as well then.
No. Okay. He defends with a good result, so that's the one you'll have to try to beat. Again, if you succeed with style, you'll knock him out. Else, you'll just deal your damage. Okay, that's not with style. He's definitely hurt, but he's not knocked out. And
Unless there was a way to boost that up.
unless you have something that applies, because if you didn't knock him out, he's gonna start screaming for help.
He does fall down. Do I understand that right?
You deal damage to him,
Okay.
but you didn't knock him out straight away.
And I don't have another action before he starts.
No, but you can, if you have an aspect that applies, and if you still have fate points left, then you can spend a fate point.
Yeah, then I'll do so.
So what aspect is it that you're using?
Experienced merciless fighter.
That works. Okay, you just like punch him in the face, and he goes, "Oh." And he didn't like he opened his mouth to scream something, and then he slumped against the wall. For now, you don't hear any footsteps running your way, so you think you're still.
They have a uniform, right?
Yeah, of course.
So if I just put that one on.
Yeah, you know the tallest one of them might be your size. Are you short or tall? I imagine you're tall.
Not that tall, like 185 or something like that meters.
Okay, that would be pretty tall for that time.
180,
But the tallest one still totally still fits you.
Okay, then I put this one on. Then I put I try to bind their hands together and put something in their mouth that they can't say anything.
Okay.
It would be a shame if they did it too early.
Are you leaving them inside the area where the cell door is smoking, so that they might suffocate from the smoke, or are you leaving them outside the door where they were standing guard?
I just let the door a little bit open.
Okay.
So a bit fresh air for them. So then I take one of those spears and then I leave through the door. And if I go somebody across, I say, "I'm sorry, this is my first day here. Where are the things stored that the prisoners had with them?" Somebody said I should look up to one of those objects.
Okay. You come across a guard. Bluff your way out. Go ahead. It's like, yeah, I haven't seen you here before. What do you want to know?
The boss said I should go get something out of the chamber where the prisoners' belongings were stored, so...
Okay, deceive him.
I don't have deceive, that's bad.
I know the feeling.
He might not have empathy either, so...
But he probably does. He's a prisoner.
Oh, yeah. You know those prison guards. They're all softies.
You needed to beat a mediocre result, so that's not going to be enough. You could appeal to him with your beauty. You know, maybe he's into guys, or
yeah,
androgynous creatures.
So basically, that means I have to use a fate point.
Yes.
Which I will do.
Okay. So you succeed, but at a cost. So the cost would be in this case that he was actually on his way to check on the guys. So he'll tell you where to be, but not soon after. Like he'll find out. So that something happened, and seeing one of the guys there naked and like one of the cells broken open, he'll connect the dots basically. So. For the next of your trip, you're going to have to hurry.
I don't have any time to show to me because I am a bit confused about here. He said something to me where the direction is, so I don't know in which direction is here? Can you show me at least one around that corner?
You know what? You come with me. I just need to tell I just need to go get the prisoner from the other cell. If you come with me there first, I'll show you afterwards.
So the cell basically where I came from.
Yeah, he's gonna come collect you. So
Okay.
he's offering to bring you there if you come with him first to collect yourself.
Is there anybody around here?
No, you don't see anybody.
You should let him enter and then lock the door behind him.
Yeah, actually that's a good idea. Or I could just stab him. I think it's better if I just went the route. Is it far away where I have to get? Can I be there before he actually realizes what's
Yeah, you
going
can
on?
reach the room before he knows that you're
You're you.
that you're you. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, then I'll go.
You just
that
need
way.
to not screw up like somewhere later. That's basically the thing.
Okay, then I will just do the defensive way, not murdering someone.
Okay.
Okay. Then I will just do that. He will just leave through the door, I guess, where I stand, and
Yeah.
and I will rush to that chamber where
Okay.
my sword is.
Okay, you managed to find it, no problem. His instructions were quite clear.
Is there some kind of a place where you can jump into water and flee that way?
So you could try jumping into the river, but you'd still have to leave the keep first.
Okay, that's probably what I try to do and rush there as fast as I can because I won't have any more time, I guess.
Okay, so
It's the easiest way.
how are you gonna find the exit?
By chance?
You should just look for the emergency exit.
For
things.
the green signs.
Obviously.
Well, if you want to leave it to chance, you can roll a d100 and you've got a 50-50 chance of making it.
I don't have any other ideas now. That
You can use your knowledge of keeps, you know, of these kind of stone castles to figure out where the exit is.
Is that lore?
Search. So that's lore or investigate, or you can find somebody and ask them.
Yeah, I don't think I have time for that. I
So
think that
like there's options.
I'll just try to do it in lore, and it's worked kind of well.
Oh, is that no?
That's good.
Okay, you know the straightest way. You've even found a shortcut through the kitchen,
I
which
leave the
keeps
spear
you
behind.
off the main castle routes, and you know nobody really asks a question until you reach the guards at the front gate, and they ask you, "Oh, what's the hurry?" You know, for now it's still a cheerful tone, but
I forgot something to give to my wife, and she's really angry if I don't give it to her soon.
okay, deceive. Okay.
Why is it always deceive?
Oh, cool! I didn't know I could select who I sent something as. Let me test this. Cool. I can just pick any of the NPCs and send a message as them. That's really cool. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, it didn't work.
Actually,
You
I'll
have good
give you.
provoke, right? You should have used that.
You could use that.
I can? Then I'm
well,
proceeding.
you wouldn't deceive them, but you would scare them into not doing anything about it.
You could
So
say
you'd
something
basically
like, it's
be
none of your
like,
business, get out of my way.
yeah,
blah, blah,
like
blah.
they know something was wrong because you were being rude, but they would be too intimidated to do something about it.
I'll just
I forgot to
shut
give
up-
something
shut
to
up,
your
I
way.
know, I know she shouldn't be right.
So, You need to beat a fair result. I would give you +2 for wearing the guard uniform,
So
since
basically,
I didn't give you
I
that
try
yet.
to get the provoke down here as well.
Sure, do that.
Like, shut up! I know this is not the way it should be, but don't get in my way.
Don't get in my way or you'll regret it. Okay, yeah, sure. They let you through. They don't try to stop you. Squidmon. In the meantime, you're hearing a very familiar voice. That is telling the guards to not get in her or his way.
Like,
Well,
what?
wouldn't it be funny if we blew the bridge now?
For a follower, you have some pretty initiative ideas.
Well,
We all have our
I-
own.
like just
I'm-
see, like Cypher's dream like go up in smoke. You're supposed to burn the bridges after you.
I've had better days.
Well, you
Well,
could, blow the bridge after Cypher moves onto it, and then just blow it as she moves across.
That will probably
Well-
make the attention go into another direction than myself. That is good.
And they can't follow. I mean,
No,
it would mean that you would get probably a higher bounty as a result, but that might be a good thing if that's what you're going for.
we
Bounties are
always
cool.
end up in, with a high bounty.
Well, if we're trying to make a name for ourselves, that might be the thing to do. But if we don't have to blow the bridge, it might be better not to.
Well, it's up to you if you wanna go flashy. There's advantages to having a high bounty, such as being feared. Like I totally let you guys invoke your your reputation once you have one. So being more feared might have advantages and disadvantages. This just changes things. So it's up to you whether you think it would be cool to intentionally or accidentally or whatever press that button. Maybe Squidmom misunderstands your instructions and is a little too eager to help.
No.
Well,
Do it. Just do it.
I'm fine with either way, basically. I mean, Aim is just after a ship. She wants a ship so she can get her treasures. So having a higher bounty is just another thing that's
All right.
either or.
I'm sure we can cause trouble later.
You can slip up and press the button accidentally if you want, or don't handle the remote well with your pincers and stuff.
I totally give you a fate point for that.
Well, okay. It would make sense. Yeah, if it just went off and if it's set up as a remote, if it just went off in my hand because I'm cursed by God.
Oh, well, there you go. That is how inconvenient. So you step onto the bridge, Cypher, and you make it halfway across when you hear like a deafening boom. And you see part of the bridge explode behind you. And you can hear like the fuse like going down below you. So you can gather from that if you don't get off this part soon, it's gonna do the same.
So basically, I'm probably not going to reach the other side before then.
You are gonna reach the other side. M set it up very nicely.
Okay.
Where it is like a time, so it takes a while for the fuse. She has got this really nice slow running fuse in there.
Okay. That's nice. So I'll just hurry. Otherwise, I thought, oh shit, I must go into the river, but that works too.
Okay. You manage to reach the other side, and the bridge goes up in flames behind you. I presume Squidmaw and M dive into the river.
Oh yeah.
And make off. And you manage to mingle into the crowd safer.
Yeah, and cool guys don't look at explosions.
Totally not.
I'm probably my uniform might be hindering me now by going just into the crowd, right?
Well, I mean, they wouldn't know yet in Port City that you'd stolen the uniform, so they'd just think you were a guard. So they would be a bit surprised why you weren't heading towards the burning bridge, but I don't think they'd question you.
Okay.
Or they might see you like move away and notice that there's a guard move away and be able to tell the tale later.
So basically, what make the most sense is when I go somewhere where nobody knows me, in some kind of first into the forest somewhere where I can hide. Probably.
I'll let you guys decide where you serendipitously or less serendipitously meet again.
Do I know that those two set up the explosives?
You might have seen them as you were running away from the bridge.
What do I make of this? First they leave me behind, and then they try to
Blow
make
you
the
up.
bridge explode that I'm on?
Well, I mean, they made it explode so that the guards couldn't follow you in such a way, and
That's
you weren't
one
in
way
any
to
danger.
look at it.
Sure, it's one way. It's not the only way to look at it, definitely. But you know, if they weren't trying to kill you, they might have pushed it earlier, or that would have been smart if they would have.
I'm
They're
not sure
either
what
bad
I
at
should
killing
make of
you or
this.
good at helping you. So where do you guys want to meet up? I presume you're still in Cedar. Are you meeting up still in Port City somewhere? Or are you heading out somewhere onto the island?
Well, probably the smart thing to do would be to hide out somewhere on the island, but I could see us just going back to Sierra.
I can suggest we, because people are bound to go and cut trees in the dark forest, and probably they would be transporting the wood with ships because water travel is the common one, I guess. So we can wait on the edge of the dark forest and commandeer a ship that came to to bring some workers in the forest, and then be on our way and not get arrested and stuff. I presume people are going to be looking for us, and going back in Port City might be fun, but it might be just going to prison all over again.
Yeah, next time they might actually respect me and put some iron cage.
Who knows?
But again, I don't want to mess up Haas's plans because I know she has some ideas for this adventure.
Try whatever you want. I'll try to give you guys some clues in what way I'd like to have the adventure led, and it would be convenient for me if you guys would stay in this area, like in the area of the 3 islands, but where you go between the 3 islands doesn't matter for me. Like I've got like enough NPCs and things and that you can do on all the islands that I can like improvise a story. It's basically what I've done right now. I had the whole the wood is gone missing prepared, and I had prepared that these pirates were gonna go to jail and then get released at some point. That's all I had prepared for this session, and then of course all the NPCs that I had ready.
I'll
I can easily run like 50 sessions in this area without ever touching the story.
I'll roll my lore to try and recognize the place on the half map, and M is going to want to go there.
Okay.
And if that doesn't work, I'm going to totally spend a fate point to know even more about it. And also we have a few gold coins to, you know, maybe allow us to travel to another island if we decide to, or do something, you know. We have some money on us. That's what I'm saying.
True. You did get your hands on some money last session.
Yeah. So basically, Hase, you can send us wherever you want. At least M right now.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like I imagined the map to be something for later, but I could use it to steer you
Well, I can
guys in
find
a
another
certain
one.
direction. Yeah, totally. I'll give you another one at some point. So, you didn't know the map where it is, but you recognize the handwriting. It has let's see whose handwriting is. I need to think about this one for a moment. What makes the most sense? No, not here. Definitely not here. So yeah, I imagine you would know this. So something about the way the map is drawn and the handwriting suggests that it was made by merfolk, such as yourselves.
Ooh.
And you've heard rumors of merfolk living on the Isla de los Lagos.
So we're definitely going to have to steal a ship.
We're probably not going to get anyone by any legal means right now. I suggest we end the story here. You guys can deliberate on what you want to do. As said, like I'd appreciate it if you stay in this area. Whatever you do in this area, that's up to you. You can burn the whole place down, whatever. I prefer, you know, hiding out and going from island to island and evading the law that way from just straight up going to another part of the world.
Sure.
Since I put a lot of effort in this and I'd like to use it for more than 2 sessions.
Makes sense.
Now that the end of the session has come, there need to be made some updates. I'm guessing you guys have officially abandoned your helping Stiora get her contest ship? Did I have that
Yeah, I
wrong?
think so.
If
But
you
we-
still
I
want to
mean-
cooperate with us, I don't care.
But she knows and trusts us, so that might be an easy way to get a ship. I mean, it's a horrible thing to do, but if we're going to steal a ship, that would you know, one of hers would probably be the easiest to steal.
I mean, we can get in the shipyard. Yeah. I don't think she trusts us. She's known us for a day, and we got her stuff stolen, and we didn't get what she wanted from us. So, you know.
Well, I don't
And
think
she
that
might
ship
have
quite-
also heard rumors from town, possibly.
Well, I like the hand of Lucifer, and I still want to get them for that.
Well, to be fair,
It's a
if we
shame
get
to get knocked out like that.
if we get that ship, we would have to go through the river through Port City, which I don't think
Well,
we
that
can.
would go for Stiora's ships as well.
So I don't think that's a very good plan. We can always go
It
to
would
that.
probably be possible if you come up with some elaborate plan that involves like making sure they don't hear of it and completely like incapacitating the crew, and then like doing it at a time, you know, at night or something when not too many people, then you could probably make it out. But you know, things would have to go well.
We can go to that lighthouse thing. They must have, you know, maybe a small ship or some, you know, sturdier boats there. We could get one of those if we were lucky.
Well, there's a harbor in Port City. Like the
True,
lighthouse
true.
is here on the edge. It doesn't
Oh,
have, as
oh.
far as you can see. Yeah, like it looks a little different on
Yeah.
this map than on the other one. But that's basically the lighthouse I made. So you don't see any place to put a ship on this map. They might have like a dinghy somewhere there.
Otherwise, do the other ships have cannons?
I don't think we have the men to crew a ship with cannons and everything.
I don't think so either. That's something I wanted to tell you guys. You can recruit labor later. When you get a ship, that ship will have a certain amount of huts. And you can upgrade the ship and have more huts built, or get a better ship with more huts, and you can recruit new people as you get more huts that you can put them in.
I thought so, that we need to do that anyway. Because otherwise, with 3 people on a big ship on the ocean, might not work out so well in the end.
No, this is a world where magic exists and you're superheroes, and I'm sure there would be a possible seaworthy ship that could be crewed by 3. And I'm guessing we're gonna recruit somebody to replace Toby.
Well, apparently we should steal the Navy captain's ship.
Well, that
I'm
ship
in.
is there too. It's even slightly bigger than the Hand. It's a little bit slower, a little bit more well armed, and a little bit harder to navigate with 3 people.
Well, we can recruit our friend. We can recruit our friend. Is it Okra? Okro?
Okro.
Okro.
Yeah, you could try.
that you
They're
humiliated.
new arch nemesis. Yeah.
Hey, doesn't know me. Maybe I can recruit her.
Yeah, I mean,
That
if you
would be the
promise
ultimate
that the
surprise.
job you're gonna do is kill them, then you might have success.
And he might be a much better rival if he's right there on the crew.
True. All present. Called omnipresent.
So, since I assume you abandoned your mission with Theora, you guys get a skill point.
Negative skill.
No. You get a skill point. Since you finished, a little bit of the story.
Abandon everything.
That's a way to finish a story. You you get you get to spend a skill point in something that you feel is something you would have learned in the last 2 sessions, or in Cypher's case, the last session. The limit for your skills is great. No, sorry, the one above, the 5 points. Since Squidmaw also has 5 because of his thing, so that's the limit. And yeah, superb, exactly. And I'm fine with you guys breaking like the column system, as long as your actions afterwards are meant towards fixing it. So normally you need to have at least as much skills in a lower level as you have in a higher level. But I'm fine with you guys fixing stuff like that retroactively and first getting the skill you want, and then spending later skill points towards fixing it. Or if you like to do it the other way around, you can do it the other way around. That's up to you. And yes, I can. Another thing
Question.
is that you guys earned yourself a reputation.
Nice.
No, it's not a nice reputation.
Reputation, not nice.
You have each earned yourself a bounty of. Actually, Cypher should get a little higher bounty since she's done a little more wrecking. Squidmaw and you guys have earned yourself a bounty of 20 gold. It's not the highest bounty, but you know your average Joe would be like so happy to be able to cash that in. You will also each get a name that you're known under. Cypher, your bounty is you have a bounty of 30 gold.
Nice. Can I write it as consequence or?
No, you write it in the extracts section. Didn't I put something there?
Okay.
You write. Hold on, let me write it for you.
I did already. Never mind. It's gone.
Oh, okay. Shall I
you.
write it?
I let you know.
Okay. Click somewhere else just to make sure that it
Yeah, yeah.
doesn't. It
Already did.
saves when you click somewhere else, which is why it disappeared because I clicked somewhere else. So reputation. I'll give you guys a name for your reputation, so I'm gonna leave that empty for now. And bounty 30 gold. There you go. So I'll give you guys a reputation. What shall I name you? I think Demon Blade Cypher sounds nice. How about you, Cypher? Do you like that?
It's okay. Sure. I'll take
You guys
whatever
can
they give me.
change. You can try to change your reputation later, but you're gonna have to put in-game effort into it if you want to change the name you're known by, because people will know you by that name.
Modern
I think M should definitely be known for her explosives.
Short fuse.
Which is
Yeah,
not
or
sure.
explosive M or something like that. I'm thinking about a nice way to say it. Does anybody have an idea? Some way to
I have ideas, but they would be offensive to that. I can't tell. Say it on screen.
Okay. Do you have an idea, Dimi?
No, not right now. As I said, I'm just
Tired?
yeah. I've been traveling for the last 4 days, almost all day, and
Oh dear.
I can't really think too much.
Yeah. The only thing that's coming to mind to me is just M the Saboteur. But that's not awesome. Mikey came up with something. M the Mad Bomber.
Oh, do you like that one? I like that one.
Blasting M.
Mad Bomber M.
Bomber M. Okay.
I'll take until the end of the session, and if I don't come up with anything else I like more, I can get that.
Well, the other option is explosive or something like fire fingers or something,
Fire tentacles.
or fire tentacles. But I don't think you would be so well known for your tentacles. I think you would be known for blowing
Yeah,
up a
I know.
bridge. And I think Squidmaw should get something to do with the way he looks. I think.
Well, I mean, just his name, Squidmaw, is pretty evocative, but I don't know.
They could do
It just-
Squidmaw.
Yeah. Or Squidmaw, the low-down dirty dog. Except he's not a dog. Low-down salty dog, I don't know.
I want to do something like Horror Claw Squidmaw, but then something that sounds like better.
Deep sea monster.
Deep Sea Squidmaw.
Squidmaw, Skulker in the Deep.
What did he do? He basically carried some wood.
I know.
He fought people. He fought more people.
The menace of the deep.
How about we leave your name Squidmaw until you've done something worthy? So you might have already gotten yourself a bounty, but amongst popular tongue, you don't have an act that specifies you as name worthy yet.
Okay. So I'll just add it as Squidmaw the Unworthy. I'll just add it as Squidmaw the Unworthy.
Yeah, perfect. Squidmaw the Unworthy.
I feel so bad for him.
Suitable.
Woodpecker Squidmaw.
Really want to turn off that oven, don't you?
Because he stays.
Oh, and you killed my Firefox.
That would be.
And
No.
I'll let you you can invoke Squidmaw the Unworthy as an aspect as well. The same goes for you guys. Like, you can
Okay.
invoke your reputation, and it can be invoked against you.
Perfect. One more aspect.
So from now on, you may be recognized in really inconvenient times.
All right.
Or sometimes inconvenient times.
Or sometimes how can you say that without that sounding like exact the same sentence? Or sometimes at convenient times. There we go.
So would it be possible to switch some skills around since it's kind of early on?
Yeah,
Wait.
Yeah, I was thinking the same, by the way.
there's fate rules for switching skills around. At the end of every session, you can switch one skill for another or whatever. Like, go ahead, knock yourself out. I don't mind. Like, I want you guys to pick a skill that when you level up a skill, something that you've learned, which I presume makes sense because if you're doing that, you probably want to be good at it. You don't have to have actively used that skill. You just have to be able to explain to me in some way why the events of the past 2 days would have warranted you being getting a little better at this in some way.
Okay.
But after that, like, you're welcome to change everything around. Like, I'm not going to be troublesome about that.
Okay. So what I was thinking is that sort of as I really shouldn't have taken Will. I took it for the whole some of the Seas Wrath thing, but I'm thinking I'm while I definitely want to keep that I'll get rid of the Will powering it and just have it just do its thing and have it cause a mental consequence rather than costing a fate point, because I think that's way cooler, and I like to play him being like a little bit more crazy after he uses it.
Yeah, makes sense.
And maybe I'll just put stealth in that. Well, okay, I'll fiddle with it. And
Yeah, sure. Knock yourself out. Like you can change skills, stunts, etc. If you're completely going to change your character, I suggest you make a new one. But as long as it makes sense for Squidmore, then knock yourself out.
okay. If it'd be okay with you, could you just make a copy of him that I can access so that I'll make the changes on the new one, and you can look it over, and if you have a problem with any of the changes, you'll have the old one to refer to, and we can talk it over.
Sure, but I didn't mind. Like, I'm not gonna have any problems with them. I'll just put the copy in the archive, and then you can edit the existing sheet.
Okay, will do.
Are you still
Cool.
doing that?
Yes. So, shall we just call it here and do the rest of this after off camera, or do you want to finish it out?
There's one last thing, and we can do that off camera if you like. The last thing is the make like plans for the wiki document we're making.
Oh yes.
So, are we all gonna write in one article and comment on the articles of the other, or is one person gonna write an article and then are the others gonna comment? What about the articles that I've already written that still need footnotes? Like,
I think one article per week, a bit too few, because they will play, for 2 months we'll have around 10, 12 articles, and then it's not going to be convenient to use all of them, so we might just not see most of them, I guess.
Mhm.
So if we have a bigger pool, we won't feel like, oh no, we're not using everything. We'll always have something to reference or use or whatever. I think it's going to be more fun if we each write a short article and comment on the others. I mean, it's not too much work. I think it's like 10 minutes once you get the idea.
Yeah, I think so as well. Everybody could take one, and then.
As long as we do it every week. Just skip that and say, oh guys, sorry, I didn't do it.
well, I mean, if you didn't do it beforehand, then you're gonna do it at the end of next session. So if you think that you can come up with it on the spot and feel like I didn't mind you guys doing it during the session, but then you have to feel like, certain that you can come up with something on the spot that sounds convincing.
All the pressures of Twitch chat.
Kappa
What?
1, 2, 3.
Modern art Squidmore. That could totally be Squidmore's thing, that he just keeps hoping for a worthy name and that he just can't get it. It's so sad.
I want I want a name for M that's a bit more, not too, because she didn't, just go and blow up everything like crazy, but she kind of did it,
Elegantly.
calculated, and yeah. And I can't English.
Well,
Yeah, basically calculated.
you're welcome to make suggestions. I have the final decision, of course.
Sure.
But it's gonna be something with bombing or fire.
Go around trying to be a
Because that's how she made her name.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I just want to make it sound more in a way that I like more, I guess. But of course, I will just give you the suggestions and you can decide. I'll try to do that tomorrow or the next few days.
Okay. So for the are you also fine with each writing one article, Brad?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Okay. So since Mark asked for the D. You guys are
I
welcome to
regret.
use any of the letters A to D. So A, B, C, D for your articles, and you, as said, you can reference later articles. Just make sure that when you reference them, write them in italic and write down write down their name in the content index. Sure. I didn't mind which letter you use.
Yeah, but I want Z.
C, since you have A till D, so you could also do the C. You don't have to split them up. You can do multiple with like. It's fine if.
I can do 2. I would do C and D.
You can
Nobody
do
else?
as many as you like. Just you know, you'd have to look at not making too much work for the others when it comes to making footnotes. You guys just have to write footnotes to like the articles of 2 others. You don't have to write footnotes to 20 articles if people make 20.
Good.
But yeah, you're totally allowed to do multiple. So what I expect from you guys is 1 article and 2 footnotes spread over 2 different articles.
Okay.
And I'll add some random footnotes wherever footnotes are needed. But I won't make my own article.
Okay.
Because I already made like 3. Okay, I think that's it.
Cool. Well, thank you guys. And everybody who's watching, thank you so much for checking out the broadcast. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please do hit follow so that you'll know when I go live. I guess that's it. Other than as usual, this Friday or this Saturday they'll be taking Waterdeep. Sometime before then, I'll probably cast some magic, probably on Friday, and Sunday at I think it's 5:30. Dark Revelations will actually restart at long last.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's all my shout outs and self promotion. If anybody else has anything they want to let anybody know about it, please feel free.
Nope.
Well, thanks to the people who joined in. We actually had a very active viewership this time.
Yeah, that was awesome.
People watched, but it's cool that people interacted. So thanks, guys.
Yeah, it was cool.
I wish you all
And
a good evening.
I actually have a question. Are we getting another player for the group, or are we playing just the 4 of us?
I think we're gonna get a 4th player.
Could just
But I
ask
think
Twitch
Brad
chat.
had ideas about like trying to find a streamer or something like that.
That would be ideal. I'll work on it.
Okay.
You better do.
Okay.
And we should all get pirate hats and gear and such.
Arr.
Yeah, and I've got an extra feather for my cap.
I feel ashamed that only Brad has a hat.
A hat. Yeah, Brad
Well,
is outclassing
I don't know.
us.
I feel. Oh, sorry.
Brad is outclassing us with the hat
Oh.
and the voice and everything.
Well, I feel special. Anyway, thanks again, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, see ya.
See ya.